So uncivilized.
Greetings and welcome to the 1/6 Scale Man proudly presents another episode. You know what it is. This is Uncivilized Scoundrels on a Thursday night. I'm your host, Leo Rockwell, for the 1/6 Scale Man YouTube channel, man. And I'm so glad to have you here. I think like we picked a challenge here, man. The challenge was to start with, episode 7 and see if we can actually rewrite each episode to the best of our ability, unscathed. See if we have the ideas of how we can do it. Now, here's the thing. We always start out by talking about the things that we don't like and the things that just didn't make sense. It wasn't as cohesive as we thought it should be. I remember going to Star Wars Celebration in Orlando, and which I need to redo. I need to redo in Orlando. I was definitely hoping that this year's or 2027's or celebration would have been Orlando so I can get my redo, but it's not. But I was sick with the flu the entire time. But I remember waiting outside of the venue. We waited out. We went like around 11 a.m. We sat outside because we wanted to wait till the next morning to get in to be one of the first to watch the live show and see The Last Jedi trailer for the first time. I remember actually going in and we got a chance to get in and we saw the live panel. We were like maybe 4 seats from the front. I remember Ryan Johnson coming in that night, the night before, that morning, and he ordered everybody in the room pizza. He was passing out pizza in the entire foyer. He was just basically ordered everybody, saying hello and shaking everybody's hands, and it was incredible. I remember watching the trailer. I was like, this looks interesting. The one thing that stuck out at the very end of the trailer is when Luke said, it's time for the Jedi to end. Everybody was like, what the fuck? Like, how is that even possible? Like, and that should have been a sign, but it wasn't. Because I was like, okay, maybe this is a misdirect. Maybe it's certain things that we don't know. Fast forward to Christmas that year, and we saw the film, and it was like, oh shit. Oh, mind you, that the time we actually saw this film was the birth of the running joke that is Vincent Dunn's Room. On that day, the Room joke was born. But anyway, I digress. Thank you guys for being here. Do me a favor, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, hit that bell notification so you're always up to date as to what we got going on over here, man. We got some things to talk about. I am not by myself. I have this incredible panel in here, man, with me. How you guys doing today? This should be an exciting one. As always, man.
Somehow Palpatine returned. Oh wait, we're not there yet.
Not yet. We didn't get to that one yet.
Okay.
Not yet. Still earlier on. We didn't get to that part of it yet. But we will. But yeah, man, how y'all doing, man? Y'all cool? Y'all good? Y'all straight?
Good.
All good.
I'm doing good.
Yeah.
Doing good. Everything under control. Situation normal. Slight weapons malfunction, but everything's perfectly all right now. We're fine. We're all fine here now. Thank you. How are you?
Yeah. Exactly.
How are you?
How are you? How are you?
I was a lot more excited heading into Caravan of Courage.
Oh, wow.
We could just go and rewatch Caravan of Courage.
Nah, we can't. Yeah, we straight.
No?
We didn't moved on from Caravan of Courage, man.
I don't think it's gonna be a Caravan of Courage 3, man. So you can watch 1 and 2. So
we didn't move on.
Yeah, I don't know. At this point, we saw Boba Fett, like a bantha. So anything's possible at this point, baby.
But they got to complete it with a trilogy, though. They can't just leave 2 movies hanging out there like that. They can't do it.
It's in the rules. The regulations.
It's in the same room with Blade.
Pretty much. Pretty much.
Maybe Mahershala Ali will be in the third.
Mahershala
There you go.
Caravan of Courage.
Oh, it's gonna be great.
Be Mahershala Ali and Pedro Pascal because he's in everything.
Oh, I'm in.
So we finally get the Blade movie, and then he just like throws the steak over his shoulder and just
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much.
Damn.
Oh boy.
That's
I'd watch
interesting. Anyway, man, how's everybody going, man? Everybody cool? Y'all good? Y'all
Everything
straight?
is good, man.
Yeah,
Everything is
Yeah.
good.
Yeah.
You're in a good place. Here's the thing, y'all just don't really seem too enthused about this one. Listen. Our job here tonight is to dissect the film and find ways that we can make it better.
Right.
Ways that we can make this better somehow. How we can make this film better. Okay.
It's like trying to make cottage cheese better. You can't. You can add
You can.
pineapple.
You can. You put some pineapple in it.
No, exactly. You put
Yeah.
pineapple. Now there's
You gotta put
pineapple in
something
your
in it.
cottage
Yeah,
cheese.
yeah.
Congratulations.
Strawberry
Now it's
something.
bad milk with pineapple.
Yeah.
Oh.
Before we jump in, but we get to the chat, gotta pay homage. Of course, in the places, man, where we get a lot of our collectibles or our art pieces, even within the Star Wars universe. Got to give a shout out to my man Ray over there at Underground Figures. My man all day, every day, Ray, making sure that you have everything that you need to proceed. No NRD shipping and handling. He's definitely reasonable. Sign up for that newsletter so you're always up to date as to what he got going on. You know, come on, man. You never know when there might be a figure release. A new figure reveal. Create yourself an account so you know when there's going to be free shipping or a discount code on the figure of choice. Hit him up. He'll definitely take care of you as he always does. Also, we got to give a shout out to my man Ray over there at Hawk Wars Toys. It's Hawk Wars Ray. Make your dreams come true. Nice little care package. You get comic book stickers, the works, and that figure. On top of that, he's a proud sponsor of everything we got going on over there at the Pick and Flex Friday Facebook group. Hit him up. Definitely take care of you as he always does. Also, we got to give a shout out to my man Jacob over there at Comic Relief Comic Collectibles. It's not just about the comics, it's also about the figures, man. 1/6 scale figures. Again, if you're looking for those collectibles, you hit him up and he'll definitely take care of you. Tell him I sent you and he got you. Smack them cheeks, balls whiz, and you might get a discount code. As always, man. Hit him up. Also, we want to give a shout out to my guy Brian Wong over there at Maju Case, Maju Space. Making sure that he actually gives you the greatest display option that you are looking for. I have that mono, but you might want to find a display option of your choice. Hit him up. Tell him I sent you. He'll definitely take care of you as he always does. Also, we want to give a shout out to Tina Cruz, El Deluvio over there on Instagram and Facebook. Again, if you want to take your figure collecting experience from here to here, head on over there. Look, there's Artisan, but then there's Tina Cruz. You got the Artisan. You got the NR, but then there's Tina Cruz, an experience that is unlike any other. So definitely hit her up. She'll definitely take care of you. Also, of course, we got to give a shout out to my man, Vincent Dunn Art. That's Vincent Dunn Art. You can actually find a link to his store on his Instagram page. Vinny, you want to give him any updates as to what's going on over here at the page, man, at the store, man? What's up?
Man. Make it quick. I got a con coming up this weekend, and I'll have a whole bunch of new drops on the store very shortly here. I have new Fantastic Four pieces up, new Superman pieces up. As always, there's Star Wars galore on there, and there'll be new Fantastic Four pieces coming. I'm working on a series of them, and then I'll be bouncing back to Star Wars eventually, and some more Sinners, more Marvel. You can search by genre. You can search by type of art, like canvas prints, etc. So regular prints are always buy two, get one free. And once again, you can get to the store through my IG, Vincent Dunn Art. It has a link. It'll take you right there. Don't see what you want, hit me up. Commission's always open. And that's it. Appreciate the love. Feel free to visit the site, grab some stuff for your wall.
Definitely, bro. Definitely. Again, if you're looking for the link to his store, it is over there on the Instagram page. You just go into the link, you'll actually find it. Click on that link, and you'll get the experience of a lifetime. Now, let's go over here and see what we got going on. Over in the chat, who is with us this evening? We got Justin McFly in the building. Thank you for being here. We got Mark Lee in the building. What's going on with you, brother? Who else we got in here, man? We got Roach with the Jacket is here with us. Renz Talentino's in here with us. Pedro Lopez. Father Malign is with us as always. And we got Malika Mabane, WRNR, Real Negro Radio. WRNR on the listening dial. Thank you for being here, brother.
I can see Malika right now, man, sitting in his dashiki in his in the what's the name? The straw chair. You remember the straw chair? The big straw chair with the big back? I can just see right now sitting there with his Thelonious Monk's albums over in the corner, getting ready to fire one after the show, sitting there just relaxing. I can see it all happening.
Sitting there relaxing like Fontaine from Little Brother said, my black queen. You don't know now, nigga. Definitely, bro. Thank you for being Malika's like, y'all best leave me alone. They said in the wicker chair.
In the wicker chair, hell yeah. You know
brother.
Mark know what I'm talking about.
It come with the fan for the wall. It's a set.
Of course.
Gotta have.
You got to have
Is it wicker or is it rattan?
Which set? Because you got which set though? You talking about the fork and the spoon that your grandmom used to have back in the day?
You got the choice, or you got pick. You got the fork and or you got the pan set. Either or
the what about the shield with the two spears? Come on, what about
that? Oh, we weren't fancy enough for that. We just had the lame ass fan, and to this day, I'm like, why is the fan on the wall? Now it makes no damn sense. Just like when I went and watched The Last Jedi, this makes no damn sense.
And I always wanted to take the fan off and use it, but I was like, nope.
No, you was getting ready to tore up, man.
It wasn't a small fan; it was a big ass fan.
Nope.
It was decoration, bro.
Decoration.
It was just the decoration, bro. That's how it was, man. Just like I never knew why we had a big ass wooden spoon and fork on the wall, but it was just all for decoration. It was like every household back in the 70s had it, bro. It was crazy.
Yeah,
and it was a starter kit, and it was crazy because most houses had that, which is crazy. Like most houses had all of that. You had the spoon, but you would somehow find a picture of white Jesus.
He was there.
It's somebody's house, bro.
Somebody had it. Somebody had it. We didn't have it at my house, but somebody had him. That's for sure.
We went from Black Power to Jerusalem in just one fell swoop. As soon as you just look from here to there, and I'm like, what the hell?
Wait a minute. You shortchanged somebody.
You can't find a black Jesus till the internet.
No, you couldn't, brother.
Listen, you shortchanging somebody here, Leo.
What?
It always was Jesus and Martin Luther King.
Yeah, that's
same picture.
Come on
same
now.
picture.
Don't
always the same picture.
Don't be messing up with the same picture side by side. That's right.
Yeah,
or in the same picture. You're right, Benny. You're right.
Yeah. But it went from Black Power to praying hands, all in one fell swoop fall, bro. It's the way it was.
Oh my goodness.
Mark Lee act like it wasn't that way in his household.
Those were the days.
Come on now.
I'm gonna get rid of all and just put fans everywhere. Just fans and like Black Jesus.
Yeah.
It's gonna be great.
I am learning so much tonight.
Chewy is like wooden spoon.
Oh, trust me, I'm still Jesus. I'm confused by it too.
I remember the Black Jesus from Good Times. They had Black Jesus on the wall.
Well,
see, there you go.
There you go.
And I remember Black Jesus from CVS. No, wait. I'm sorry. I'm getting it mixed up with Black Santa Claus. My apologies. I am getting it mixed up with Black Santa Claus. I apologize.
Oh my goodness.
I take that statement back.
Bro, that's some fucked up shit because it's true.
The dancing Black Santa Claus.
Black Santa Claus right there.
Come on, Chewy. What do they have on the wall in Canada, Chewy?
You know what CBS got that.
We didn't have anything on the walls because you can't affix things to the inside walls of the igloos. So everything was always falling off. So we just leave it.
Cold as hell up there, man.
Not anymore.
Oh boy.
For the life of me, bro, somebody out there tell me why every year CVS has the black dancing Santa Claus, bro.
That's
And
how
a
I know it's
couple of 'em.
Christmas. Otherwise, I don't know. And it happens
Wow.
like October 20th. You start seeing them just creep
Bro.
in. It's the
You having them
strangest
right
thing.
there.
It's like,
They're doing it right now. They got Christmas
Bro.
stuff already, dude.
You go up the
Oh,
street,
yeah.
and Benino, you go up to At Home, right up the road here, right behind Best Buy. At Home, they got Halloween stuff on one side,
Yeah.
but then they got the Christmas
Christmas
trees in the
stuff
middle
on
of the
it.
aisle.
Come on, man.
no,
I'm
it's
like,
too early for that. Too early for that shit.
Yeah.
Spirit Halloween just started opening. Let's
Yeah,
give let's give it its grace.
It did.
Let's go to the Spirit Halloween that used to be a Party City, that used to be a Walgreens,
Yeah.
that used to be I
Like
don't know,
Philly.
America. America has been replaced by a Party City or the Spirit Halloween.
Bro, we had Bed Bath and Beyond, and now Halloween. Spirit Halloween is
Spirit
there.
Halloween,
Took over. Yeah.
It took over that entire shop, and
We
it
were
closed down.
doing some groceries the other night, and they've already got one aisle. It's all those boxes of like 150 small little chocolate bars and things. Like all the Halloween candy is out.
Yeah, all of that,
They're
bro.
already stocking.
A lot of those people are trying to get ahead of
Bro.
the tariffs now. Now that it's a different story than it was before.
Yeah, that's true.
They're trying to get all that. They probably had all that stuff a month ago. So
They are really getting ahead of the game, bro. Like they getting
got
in
to.
and getting out. That's how I basically
A lot of my,
It's all right.
a lot
I'll
of my
just
favorite
buy it
people are
early.
doing.
Didn't they
I'll
start
buy it
doing
early, close in the bag.
And just
Christmas?
hold on
Isn't
to
that
it,
like a
right?
new thing?
What'd you say?
Didn't somebody start doing like a Spirit Christmas where like they got pop-ups for Christmas stores?
Is
Oh
it?
yeah, there's the
Oh,
Christmas
really?
store that's always out at Eisenhower Boulevard that we have here, and of
Yeah.
course, if you go to anybody who basically goes to a Hobby Lobby, Christmas stuff is all year round. They got
Yeah.
one designated space
But I mean,
that
that's
has.
like, I mean, like a company
That's like a
that's
Halloween.
Spirit Halloween where they just use abandoned buildings for the Halloween stuff. I think they started doing that.
They
Here,
should
like,
do that.
Yeah,
They should do that.
yeah,
That'd be a
that makes
great little
sense,
chain to
actually.
start up. Spirit
Why not?
Christmas.
Yeah.
Why not?
Spirit Halloween, Spirit Christmas.
I mean, Spirit. Yeah, Spirit. I mean, it's right in the name. There you go.
I'm just gonna put like
Yo.
a Santa hat on like a skeleton and call it a day.
Hey Joe, ain't no damn good. A
Come
small
on,
TV
Joe.
on top of broken large
So
wood.
we had, our old TV was an entertainment center.
Mm.
Oh, damn, Pedro, you had to go there, bro, because everybody didn't had that. Damn,
Yep.
bro. Straight up.
Wow.
Oh, here's the real throwback. Y'all remember the remote controls?
Oh yeah.
You were the
Which
remote
ones?
control.
Which ones?
Me.
Yeah.
Oh, you.
Get up and change the channel.
Go change the
Turn it
channel.
up.
Change the
Turn
channel.
it up. No, here's the funny one. Yo, boy, turn out that TV, and then you fuck with them and not actually do anything. All right, right there. You didn't even touch it.
Didn't touch it. Didn't do anything.
Bro,
Didn't
You
do
be
anything.
upstairs in your room.
Yeah.
Hey. Nigga, come downstairs real quick. I just need to talk to you. Come downstairs. Go and turn that TV for me. I was upstairs. Boy, you don't turn that TV.
See, I remember, hey, when I was a kid, man, because I lived in Cleveland. That was 26 miles from, across the lake from Canada. So sometimes at late at night, we used to get those Canadian signals, and Canada used to be broadcast some sketchy stuff, man. And
Yeah, we did.
real sketchy stuff.
Oh, you was
We
watching that
you
Canadian
sitting there,
porn.
You be
You was
turning
watching that
outside
Canadian
now,
porn. They
trying
was
to do it.
apologizing to the bitches.
You trying to do it? Damn, I can't see. I can see something, but I don't know.
Is that a boob or a maple leaf? I think?
Exactly,
No.
exactly. Yeah, man, Canada was something else, man. Back
If
then.
you can't tell the difference, there's something wrong.
I will have you know that I cannot tell the difference.
That Canadian porn, they was apologizing and shit.
Mark Lee said, bro, I used to sit in front of the TV, fire the remote at my head. Yeah, bro. Like this, hey.
Be like that.
It be like that sometimes,
Yeah,
man.
you know.
It always be like that. We got Amber May. Amber May, what them cookies at, Joe? For real.
Cookies. Uh-oh.
Where them cookies at, though? But you don't know about the Uncle Keith. Listen, she makes chocolate chip. Listen, she makes the chocolate chip cookie. Remember the soft batch cookie that used to be. They used to call them soft batch.
Yeah, I remember those.
But she makes them for somehow, some way. Motherfuckers be warm. You know what? It's like her cookie, I don't know if it's the bowl, but that shit like a Yeti cup because it keeps
Wow.
everything in that cookie batch warm.
Wow.
The chocolate chips are still, it's
Wow.
pull it apart is good. Now here's the
Ooh.
problem with that though, Uncle Keith.
Yeah.
If you eat it, make sure you eat it in the privacy of your own home. Don't eat it around them because when you eat it, that shit feels like Get Out in that house sometimes because when you eat it, they look at each other and they shake their head. Like it's like a secret message in between. I'm like, yo, what the fuck am I eating, bro? Because ever since I had one, I've been craving for the motherfuckers, bro.
And we're gonna put some magic ingredient in there.
Oh no, bro. But they
You're only supposed to take a bite of it, Lael. One bite.
Not eat 12 of them.
the whole thing. I think they put something, especially doing Horathon. They put some shit in that to make motherfuckers relax, so they watch the shit on TV. That's must be, bro. Straight up.
If ever you eat something and then someone comes and says, "Wait, how many did you eat?" Oh,
yeah,
Yeah.
it'd be like that, bro.
How many did you eat?
And you know.
Yeah, I'm gonna need them cookies though, and we have to run them cookies back, run them back. Anyway, thank you guys, everybody out there, for being with us. We're going to attempt the impossible. What's up, Forrest? Thank you for being here. We're attempting the impossible. If y'all don't know why we are here and what we are attempting to do, I mean, it wasn't my call. It wasn't my call, but we're going to attempt to do something that is unheard of. And if y'all don't know why y'all here, then you're going to know why you are here at this very moment, man. Because again, we are attempting to break down the science and see what we can actually do to improve a movie that was beloved by some and hated by
Dozens
the
of
majority.
people loved it.
Yeah, dozens of people loved it. Exactly. But we are going to attempt to basically break down this particular movie here and see if what we can do to rewrite it. First thing I'm going to actually say is take Canto Bite away. Period. Get rid of Canto Bite. Just scrap that whole idea, and I'll just say it right off the bat. But I digress. Here's the thing. Before we do this, I want to ask a question to each and every one of y'all here, and anybody out there in the chat as well. Are you able to look at this film, honestly, subjectively, look at this film and say, you know what? I can find something in this movie that was good. Is that even possible? Is there some? Can you get into this movie and say, you know what? There are certain aspects of this movie that maybe I wouldn't change or maybe worked. So
I have one. One.
What's that?
When what was her name? General, I can't remember the Laura Dern with the blonde with the purple.
Oh, Vice Admiral Holda.
Yeah. So when she made the decision to sacrifice herself, that was the best part, because at first she wasn't. She was just going to stay on the ship and try to outrun them and lead them away. But she knew that she couldn't do that. So she turned the ship around and, made the kamikaze run, and that was it. That was the best part of the movie. And then a lot of people complain about, why did it go silent? Because you were in outer space. That's why you can't hear it.
Exactly.
You talk about why did it go silent? But that, for me, that was the best part of the whole movie.
That was a beautiful scene.
Yeah.
That was an absolutely beautiful scene.
It was.
Seeing everything just split apart and there's just no sound, and you could hear the whole audience gasp. When that happened, like literally everyone went, because you did not expect to see
that. No, I didn't expect.
You did not.
It literally, like, that was the scene that I can honestly say, like, pretty much an accurate scene, but the self-sacrifice itself was incredible to see that, and then the sound effect afterwards was incredible. What about you, Chewy? Are you able to find anything in this film that you can latch on to say that was good?
I liked I wouldn't even say a lot. I wouldn't say a lot of it. I liked certain character designs, like artistically I liked certain things. I very much liked how Crate looked with the white salt on top of the red, the red underneath. I thought that looked really cool. It was a really striking image.
That was good.
I really liked the gorilla walkers, they called them, in the that new design for the AT-ATs that they did. I thought those looked really cool.
Yep.
That's it.
That's all. That's it.
No, there were things that I can appreciate. Rian Johnson has a really good eye. Like he's a very good visual director. And I mean, just anything else that he's ever done, you can see like he's really good with visuals, and he's really good at cinematography. He's really good at framing shots. So I don't take anything away from him for that. I like shots like that are amazing. I just think that's a beautiful shot. Let me say something else that I'm sorry to show you, but the look of the movie was outstanding. Oh yeah.
Everything looked good, clean, crisp. It looked really good. But the story took away from all of that.
Yeah, the thing is, and it's one of those things I think where you kind of go, and I mean, it's harsh to say. I don't mean to. I'm just trying to think of another word to use, but it's you can only something can only be so polished to disguise what it is. Well, it's a beautiful disaster, is what it is. Is the way I would describe it. I think, just in the sense that
I can go for
what it did to the franchise, what it did to the fandom.
I get what you're saying.
There were so many ways it could have been handled much, much better. And, unfortunately, Rian Johnson is a director that he's known. I mean, in an interview, he once said that if everybody comes out of one of his movies loving it, then he feels like he's failed. He wants to split audiences. That's what he enjoys that. And that's fine when you're working on your own things. Don't do that. Don't come into an existing IP and break everybody's toys and then run away. Which is kind of what he did. But I mean, regardless, I liked a lot of the more superficial things in it, but yeah, the story really, that's kind of, we'll get into that. I mean, we're going to fix it, right? So there you go.
We're going to try.
Chewie, let the past die. Kill it if you have to.
We're definitely going to try.
That's what Rian Johnson did with this movie.
Yeah.
Literally, that's what he did with this movie. He's like, guess what? Star Wars needs to be something else. Get away from this Jedi. Get away from this. Get away from the old man in chair. Old man in chair needs to go. Oh, guess what? Old man in chair is dead. In a
would have been fine if they hadn't waited until the middle movie of the second last film in a series. Like,
they didn't
come before it in the Skywalker saga. They call it, right? Like all 9, they do it.
Yeah.
To rip it all up and leave nothing for episode 9. He knew there was
they got rid of the big bad. It's like, replace him with the big bad.
Literally left nothing, and there should have been a plan. Well, we'll get into it.
It was closing. We'll get into it definitely. Well, Vinny, what about you, man? Was there anything in this film that you can say? Any aspect of the film that you can say that you enjoyed?
There's actually. It's actually 3. I really liked it was mentioned before, the landscape and the cinematography of the salt the planet. You guys mentioned it before. Crate. That was visually stunning. Loved that. The throne room fight with the Praetorian guards. If you
Mhm.
look too closely, there's a lot of like missed movements in the choreography where you know the action choreography is a
Oh
little
yeah,
shoddy if you
yeah, you're
slow it
right.
down, whatever. But when you're watching in a theater for the first time, I didn't catch any of those things, so I don't want to have that really take away from it, because that makes it kind of nitpicky to me because I didn't notice it, when I initially watched it. But um, not to just the cinematography of that scene with the upside down flip shot and all that, and the reflective and the red and black and white, but growing up, the Praetorian guards, the Imperial guards that was
Yeah.
always with Palpatine, were always like so mysterious and cool as fuck to me. And I always wanted to see what they would be like in a fight if they were important enough to guard the most important person in the galaxy. So, like, if you're the Emperor's bodyguard, you must be fucking badass. So, I always wanted to see that, stormtroopers in that red armor, even though it's not exactly the same as the Imperial Guards, it was a similar design, just a different type of trooper per se to
Do
kind
you
of look.
remember? Do you remember that Dark Horse comic story, Crimson Empire?
Yep.
And it
Those
was
covers
about
were phenomenal.
I
Even the
know.
covers were just so
those
badass.
the
It's
Dave
like,
Dorman artwork was fantastic, and
just
it was
just
about those guys. It was about one of those
Yep.
Imperial guards.
Yeah, it was. I always thought that was the fact that they had the restraint to not have them fight in that film in Return of the Jedi, like to not have them to just be there, knowing that they would like people would. I mean, it was the same foresight of like the Boba Fett thing without playing it out. Like if they hadn't leaned into it, it only helped.
Mhm.
And this is kind of surprising, maybe to some, but Luke's story arc. Luke's story arc is phenomenal to me. Everything about what happens to Luke in that movie from beginning, maybe not the alien titty milk, but the 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 philosophical debate, everything with Yoda, uh, you know, the whole marriage of how important that he absorbed and took what it meant to be a Jedi. Um, and how much he absorbed the text and how much he absorbed the philosophy of it, but yet kind of shunned the um, the application of how Jedi used their powers and turns kind of back on it. I felt like that arc was very similar to me to what we eventually seen from like Yoda and Ben. Like no one ever criticized Yoda from taking that L and then hiding in the swamp when Vader was out there killing his students. No one ever criticized Ben for just kind of hanging out forever on Tatooine in the under the guise of, oh, I'm here to make sure Luke is okay, when like he wasn't raising him, he was just lived nearby. Like if the Empire showed up and took Luke in the middle of the night, like it would have took him probably weeks to have known that something bad happened to Luke, unless he felt it maybe. But they kind of gave up too, and not gave up in a bad way, but like they gave a lot, and then when it was done, it was done. And I don't think any one person should have necessarily been responsible for the whole fate of the galaxy when there's millions of people who are force sensitive. And like I kind of got it. He felt like he could be doing more harm than good if he joined the fight. The problem is we didn't get to see prime Luke. We just got to see the end. So my problem isn't this version of Luke. My problem is that we didn't get the middle. It's like if we got Vader in New Hope, and then the next movie was Return of the Jedi, and he dead, and he dies, and we never got to see him choking motherfuckers out and whipping Luke's ass in Empire. It would feel so unfulfilling knowing that there's so much more that he did. Now imagine if all that stuff happened in books, and then when the next movie came out, we didn't get to see it. We just got to see, him go out. You would feel like, wait, he was so cool. Like we wanted to see him do so much more stuff. We spent past almost 40 years imagining Luke in his prime, going to the dark side to see what his father went through, fighting off the Empire, like talking to other like Mara Jade, all those things we got in the Legends books and all this and comic books and all this lore that we just kind of felt entitled to see one day. And
Well,
instead of getting those sequels around the time of the prequels,
Vinny, I hear
prequel.
I hear what you're saying, man, but I think John Favreau purposely gave us that version of Luke in Mandalorian to trying to bridge that gap of this is prime powerful Luke. We didn't get in this movie or at the end.
That is exactly why when people say, "Oh, I'm sick of the Skywalkers, I don't need to see more,"
No,
I still would be open to a Luke show with
No, I'm
with
with you.
that with any of the people they like the person
I'm
they
with you.
had who they dubbed over his face. He looks like Luke. You didn't even need to use CGI. Sebastian Stan, like I'm
with you.
give us a Luke show or movie, whatever. I'm not over that. So if they do that in the future one day, cool. My point is, it's not that I didn't like the story of what they did with Luke here. It's just that we were kind of robbed of seeing what came in between, and that's what everyone always wanted to see.
I agree.
And
agree.
it's like they knew that, and instead of giving us like Luke fighting the Empire and then dying, you got a totally different thing. So you didn't get to see any of OP Luke, and that's what a lot of people want to see. But this story had this story happened after a trilogy of, or even a couple movies of Luke being the version that we were all hoping for, I think it would have been great. It's just the timing. So I try to take that from this film, that it would have been an awesome swan song if we had got the other stuff. But I don't think the fact that we never got the other stuff means that this was inherently trash. It's just I wanted the stuff in between too. It's just the timing of it. Like if you had got, like let's say George did those sequels in the late 90s, early 2000s, and we got Luke being badass and going across the galaxy, and then later down the line they made this, it'd have been beautiful to me.
Yeah, it seems like to me that I don't know if they did it intentionally, but it seems like as an older Jedi, your access to the Force becomes powered down. Because look, you're right. Look at Obi-Wan. Look at even Yoda, and then look at Luke. All of them seem like their power level was way lower than it was before. You know what I'm saying? And I don't know if they did that on purpose or not. It was like,
well, I mean, they are training from toddlers, so maybe it is something that where youth helps. But I just think that like
the dark side to a point.
There was definitely stuff to take away from.
That's I like that. I like what you're saying, Press. Yeah, I like that.
Yeah, they tried to give us a sense of the reasoning why when they show the flashback with Ben, when he has that moment glimpse where he sees what Ben could do, and then the whole thing of him, he just had a thought of killing his nephew, which for me it comes down to Mark Hamill. And Mark Hamill has lived with this character for pretty much his entire life. And when he says something to the director like, I fundamentally disagree with everything you've written for this character, I have to go with Mark Hamill on that.
Of course you do.
He knows better than anyone what Luke would have done in XYZ situation. And
I get, and I guess what I guess from X and what Vinny, I something just popped in my head that I guess all your life you've been fighting the dark side and the light side, and it just wears you down to where you end up to where what you end up as Luke, or you end up as Yoda, or you end up as Obi-Wan. I guess that's what makes sense to me. While you're so powered down, at the older you get, the less power it seems like that you have.
Until they cross over.
They
become more powerful than you can possibly imagine.
Don't get me wrong, the catalyst was absolutely horrible. It's just the retirement part, I understand. Because technically, let's say even everything in that happened happened when Kylo woke up and force pushed Luke away. All right, now you really have triggered that potential villain. Now I can't imagine him then just walking away, because the whole point of almost killing him is to make sure that there's no new Vader.
Exactly.
So you would think that Luke would be like, "Fuck, I gotta stop him. I can't just run now.
I gotta hunt him down. Yes,
not even doing anything at all." He would have felt compelled at that point. Now, if he had maybe not drawn the lightsaber, but just been like seen that vision of him and then just left in the middle of the night and didn't complete his training, and Kylo woke up like, shit, where's Uncle Luke?
Yeah.
Like that would have made sense.
Okay. I hear you.
This was, and again, because I'm hearing this, but this was one of this fundamentally to me was the worst decision, in my opinion, that they could have actually made in this film. We would have went along with that if the motivation for him getting there was stronger.
Yeah.
And that wasn't a story that could have been told in just seeing both him and his uncle in a hut flashing lightsabers from two totally different perspectives. One was from Luke's, the other one was from Ben and what was told to Rey.
Mm-hmm.
None of those particular stories could have been enough for that level of motivation that we didn't really get that turn. Now, we know that with the Force and with the Jedi, it's strictly driven off of will. They will themselves in a sense to be as powerful as they are. And, and a lot of that is hubris, because they are going around thinking that they are great in that space, and what they've been told for so many years. Attachment is something that is despised within the Jedi Order itself. Damn near emotions in general are despised, because again, it's a connection to a part of the Force that corrupts you. So their hubris is the will, and not even knowing that. Again, now, number one, we know that the temple itself was built on top of a Sith temple itself, a buried Sith temple. Yep. So that caused a lot of corruption there. My point is, again, his level of the Force itself was completely cut off based on the simple fact that he lost his faith and belief in it because of what happened at the temple that he tried to create. But I think that if we would have saw more of that and could have gotten the story based on that, or even if that had been hinted in J.J. Abrams' portion in The Force Awakens, then I could have understood it more. Getting to this particular point and then seeing what Luke did at the beginning of this film, and then later on in the film having him tell us the story as to why, I just think the motivation was not strong enough to get to that point. And that's why I hated the turn. I did not like the simple fact that, okay, this is Luke we're talking about, man. Shit that we've actually read in the lore, who we know about this particular character, what we know about this character, and how powerful he is. Shit, motherfucking fought Abeloth. Not once, but twice. You know what I mean? So we know about this particular character and how powerful he is. But again, none of that, and I get it. If you're trying to tell the story that you want to tell, that's completely fine. I watched some of the docos and even seen how, even in Ryan Johnson's backyard, when they were going over the script, how much Luke hated that shit. You can tell on his face he hated it, and you can see Ryan Johnson trying to convince him, like, well, I just think that this is going to work. Come on, man. Just, and he was like, I just have to do what the director needs me to do in this particular moment. But I just think that the motivation getting to that particular point, it just didn't make any sense at all, man. And then on top of that, killing him off in this particular film, that was fucked up to me, bro. Like that, it was something that you should have saved into the last film. That sacrifice in the last film would have made so much more sense. But it just felt like an open-ended. He wanted to open and close his story, and that's exactly what Ryan Johnson
opened and closed.
Had no complete disregard for the trilogy, for the work, for what everybody else had to do. He knew, and then he went in interviews and was saying, like, I don't see why everything has to be a franchise with a trilogy and multiple. Like, well, then why are you sign up for the middle film?
Why did you do it?
If you believe in trilogy, why leave them? and that is, it's insane that he did, not only that he did that, but that he was allowed to do that. Like if you came in
That's
saying,
where
There you go.
"Here's
There you go,
what
Vin.
I have to offer,"
There
he
you go.
should have been like, told, this is very interesting, but not what we're doing here. So
This is why
go
I
do
blame
this over here with some other shit.
Yeah.
Kathleen Kennedy has to take some of the blame for that, because he originally was coming in to do his own trilogy.
Yeah.
And then she suggested, well, we need a director for episode 8. Do this. So he was like, okay, and then we'll do your trilogy another time. So he went in for that reason. That's why he took it, because she asked him to. So, I mean,
she just gave him carte blanche to do what he wanted.
and that's what she did. Yeah. And the thing is that she's made good decisions in the past. Like, for instance, just as a good example is Solo. Lord and Miller are great directors, but they were taking that story in a weird direction, and she course corrected it. Halfway through, they were almost done, and then she said, "No, this isn't right." Brought Ron Howard in, and in my opinion, Solo is a great movie. I really loved Solo. I thought it was a really good movie.
I enjoyed it.
The only thing I didn't like about it was that they had to give a reason for his name. I thought that was stupid. But
that was the dumbest fucking scene.
That was dumb.
That was the dumbest fucking scene,
Just
man.
have his name be Solo. You don't have to make a thing of it. But anyway, But at any rate, like, she made that decision to bring in the new direction for that one. Yet she allowed Rian Johnson to do what he did to arguably the franchise, like the actual saga story. He comes in and completely derails it. And then you got some audience are talking about what a brave thing that was to do, and then the rest of us all going, why would you derail a story right before the final chapter?
Yeah.
That doesn't make any sense.
Because it was clear and this is the thing, is that hurt Rey so much, because it looked like they just wanted Luke out of the way so Rey could go be the star. And it went from, Rey, we like Rey. That's when everyone turned on Rey, because it seemed like it was her fault.
And the thing is, leading up to this movie, before it came out, I remember watching, there were videos that Daisy Ridley was posting videos of her training to get ready in shape for the movie, for filming. And she was working so hard. Like, she was really putting in the work.
They set her ass up, because it was so unfair to her, because it made it look like they just had to get rid of all the OG cast to prop her up on a pedestal, and it wasn't
her fault.
Like, people, like,
it wasn't her fault.
This was supposed to be a lot of people wanted a sequel trilogy of the OG cast and didn't mind New Blood, but it seemed like
them, but
people felt like, set up the New Blood for like their own shit later. Don't kill off all the OGs to make room for the New Blood in the sequels. Like,
that would have been a much better way to do this. The sequel trilogy would have been to have them introduced, but then by the third one, they take more of a front seat. But you don't have to kill off everybody.
Yeah,
I mean, they would have had to.
And my one thought that they might have been able to kind of save face a little bit had they had, instead of the montage that they had at the end of Rise of Skywalker, had physically Luke show up to help her, like Yoda showed up. Because that was my headcanon. Like, it'll be okay. He'll show up as a Force ghost and not just talk with her, but fight with her. Since if Yoda is able to bring down Force lightning as a Force ghost, that means, and he just projected himself across a planet, which is like the most powerful thing we've seen in Star Wars ever. Maybe he can actually fight as a Force ghost in Episode 9.
Well, there's precedent for that. There is precedent for that, for Force ghosts involving themselves in real tangible battles. Like, that's been in the comics. That was used in
I thought we would see it, but they had to give her all the shine. And it's not to knock Daisy Ridley, it's not to knock Rey, it's not to go with the Mary Sue narrative, but she still is young. Luke didn't just like kick everybody's ass in Return of the Jedi. He still got his ass whooped. Like, he had to
Yeah.
fight an old Vader and have Vader help him and use the dark side. Like he had to do a lot
Yeah.
and overcome a lot. Lost a hand. Like he overcame a lot. I don't think he would have took away from Rey if she needed Luke to come in and fight with her.
I don't think that's something that could happen though in universe, because if you remember what Ben Kenobi said in Empire, where he's like, if you choose to face Vader, you will do it alone. I cannot interfere. So that would kind of undermine that if Luke came in episode 9, I believe, just in my opinion. It's like, hey, well, if Ben couldn't help Luke against his father, then
well, it depends on
Luke
what
able to help,
it depends on what he means by I cannot interfere. Is it that he can't, or that he can't because Luke needs to do this and he's got to let him?
I mean, maybe Rey needs to do this on her own.
It's her journey. It becomes her journey.
Would have been to see Luke and Rey
For
and
what it's worth,
Kylo Ren
I always
go
felt like
together.
that was some kind of cop out bullshit too. Like Jedi have double teamed. We've seen it in Phantom Menace. Like Obi-Wan beating Darth Maul did not. That victory was not diminished because Qui-Gon was helping him in the beginning. That still was,
Qui-Gon was alive though,
because there still was something that needed to be done. Like fuck your journey or your test. Like you needed to kill Maul. Like fuck your journey or test. Luke needed to kill Vader so that way the Emperor so that they didn't take over, and it wouldn't have been a one-on-one anyway. Luke would have had to fight 2 Sith, so it would have made it fair. And Rey was having to fight, Emperor that was amped up with all the fucking Sith power. So it's not like it would have been unfair advantage or like dishonorable. So I always thought that was kind of bullshit too.
Yeah, I think the difference. I get it though, because again, what Obi-Wan said, again, it's if you're going to face Vader, you'll have to do it alone. And it was because that was Luke's trial. That was his journey. That's what his journey, basically take. And any interference at that particular point, and on top of that, get the dichotomy here. If you're going to basically face Luke, going to face Vader, you have to do it alone. He was going to face his lineage as if now, even though whether we like it or not, she had to face hers. That was her lineage. That was her family. So again, any interference at that particular point on that person's journey, it is what it is. Same way that we actually got with, and what we're getting now with Ahsoka and Anakin. Again, he was just there to basically bring her back to the ways of the Force, to get her connection to the Force, her belief in what it was and what she had to do, which was to get over her failure. Now her journey, and the journey that she's taken, is a journey that she has to take on her own without that level of interference, and so on and so on. But I think that's the aspect. But I do get the simple fact that it was a lost opportunity not to actually have her fight alongside Luke, not to basically, and I'm talking about in reality, in what it was at that particular point. I mean, what I didn't understand was you waited for Luke, and this is one of the biggest problems that I had. You waited. Luke had to fucking die just to bring the X-Wing fighter outside the water when he could have did that the entire time and not have to do a fucking force projection in this fucking film. That's the shit that pissed me off. He could have rose that shit up and just traveled and not overexert himself into the point where he had to die or just lose himself. It was an opportunity to fight for a cause, fight for what you believe in reality. In that I would have much rather you died on the field, sacrificing yourself in real time instead of dying because of a fucking force projection. That's the shit that pissed me off about this too, because it was an opportunity that was taken away and it was missing. An opportunity.
The Jedi fight.
I mean, it was a spiritual and philosophical, decision. So, like, I get that aspect of it, as opposed to physically involving yourself. But I think it was supposed to be symbolic. But man, we wanted to see the
Jedi, of course, for knowledge and defense, never for attack. And the thing that he did at the end of Return of the Jedi, which is throw away his lightsaber and not fight, is the same thing he did when he force projected in Last Jedi, where he didn't fight Kylo Ren. He did the most Jedi thing you can do, which is not fight. That's the thing that brought down the Jedi, is the fact that in the prequels they became generals and were leading people, leading wars. Force.
Yeah.
You know, that was the most un-Jedi thing. That was like, Palpatine destroying the Jedi Order with the, cruelest stroke, as Snoke said, and that he made them undermine all their own principles. Is like, you became generals, good job. You led children into war, good job. That doesn't sound very like.
He said, "I'm changing my vote." Yo, Justin McFly's an ass. Listen. Wait, listen. He's yo,
Then went back to the vote thing and changed his vote.
But no, listen. It can, and I get exactly what you're saying, X.
Like when Ben said.
Yeah, like exactly.
Right.
I get what the most Jedi thing to do is to not involve yourself in the space to where it's violence provoked. I get that. You know what I mean? And on top of that, it was his nephew.
Yeah,
I get that. And I understand that aspect of it. But what
he
I'm
was still
saying
able
is
to become a beacon of hope, though. Is
Yeah.
also the thing where he was the rebellion, and he was able to pass along the legend of Luke Skywalker. So he was able to re-energize people through his sacrifice, through the fact he did stand up to the entire First Order.
But here's my thing. Yeah, he didn't have to do that against Kylo, but he could have damn well did that shit against Snoke. And I thought it would have been a better.
It would have been. You're right.
It would have been a better opportunity in
right.
that aspect.
Yes.
If you had him be the one to face off against Snoke.
Exactly.
Because that's what Snoke almost damn near wanted was Luke Skywalker himself.
He was trying to draw him out. He was clearly
trying to draw him out, and it would have been an opportunity there. If I would have solved that, I would have been satisfied with that. That aspect of it. But they didn't go there, and it is what it is.
Because the Emperor / mechanical man knew that Luke was a threat.
I was going to say, but even then, if you have him fight Snoke was a big nothing burger. So only to say, hey, you fought the big bad, actually, he really didn't mean much of anything. And we knew
because
nothing
that's
about
the way they made him in this film.
Yeah.
But I guarantee that's not what J.J. Abrams wanted of that particular character.
We don't know what Snoke could actually do.
You know what I mean? Like
you could see a lot of what it's just
what I'm saying, his fighting style and everything like that.
Right.
Yeah, I mean,
I have a question. What is the sillier big bad death? Not noticing a lightsaber sneak attack from Kylo, or just getting picked up and just thrown down a well while you're firing lightning. I mean
they're both
they were the big. They were the final bosses, and they both went out.
I think there's more. There's a better explanation to why it works with the Emperor and doesn't work with Snoke. Is that the Emperor had now been in charge publicly of the Empire, the entire galaxy pretty much for 20 years. He was overconfident, and he 100% thought he had Vader under his boot. Vader's never going to turn on me. He's injured now, so he can't.
Could have just, shoot your hand back. You know what I mean? He just stayed in the same position.
Because I think he was just caught by surprise. I don't think he saw it coming. Whereas Snoke, and he was caught by surprise because of his own arrogance and because of his own inability to think that he could ever be defeated now. And then with Snoke, Snoke, we find out, is just a clone, basically, of Palpatine over and over and over and over again. But he uses him as a puppet. Like, Snoke doesn't really have any agency of his own. So I think, in a way, it's more likely that you could fool him with something like this than you could fool Palpatine. Palpatine was a master manipulator.
This is a little shaky. This is he couldn't read his mind, and he knew everything.
Well, it's the thing. He was reading his mind. He's going to turn the lightsaber on his.
He would just redirect
his actual.
But you're saying you can't. I can't be deceived. I can't be fooled. I can't. But obviously, you could have. You were. So what was the deal?
Yeah, I mean,
I don't. I'm just saying. Was Kylo Ren his mental state was that strong where he could stop Snoke from knowing what he was doing?
But you see, this is where it gets into bad writing.
Exactly. Exactly.
This is where
That's what
bad
I'm
writing
saying.
comes in.
It was awful. The whole thing, the whole premise
Yeah.
was awful.
I think it was a slither of what we would want to call opportunity in the moment.
Yeah.
Seizing the opportunity during the dialogue is that he was so focused on his hatred and hubris at that moment that he thought in his mind that it was a redemption with Kylo. Kylo would basically show favor once again. You know what I mean? Not knowing that there was an ulterior motive at that point.
Yeah.
But I think that and on top of that, Kylo fooled two people. He not only fooled Snoke, but he also fooled Rey and made her believe that, again, he was there for an ultimate reason. No, he was there for his own reason. He wanted to take over. He wanted to be that level of power. He wanted to be Snoke at that point. You know what I mean? So, supreme leader at that point. So, again, it's all about opportunity in the moment when you gain that person's trust and then you turn on them exactly like that. You know what I mean? Which we know Vader wanted to do all this damn time with Palpatine over the years. Even in the books, we knew that, Vader despised Palpatine for what he went through. You know what I mean? So
Constantly plotting.
Yeah, it was a constant plot. But I think, again, us knowing that, and we're giving it grace, I don't think Ryan Johnson.
No.
Ryan so absolutely tried to destroy everything that JJ set up that he even added, I know who your parents are, they're nobody. When he simply could have just avoided mentioning the parent storyline altogether.
Yeah.
And instead of shitting on it. Shitting on every aspect of Force Awakens.
It also
from the helmet, every single thing that Abrams set up to be told in a future film. It was like, all right, I'll tell you. I'm gonna shit on it. That's what I'm gonna tell you.
Her parents being drunks who sold her off for drinking money thing was also so obviously a lie.
Horrible.
Because during the flashback, we see the ship taking off.
Yeah.
They're not junk traders.
No.
Maybe they're drunk.
They got a ship. They got some
They're
kind of
they're clearly, it just doesn't make any sense. I mean, I don't know.
I like the idea of them being nobodies, though. I really do. The fact that it's like, well, you've got to be of this lineage, you've got to be of this, and there are only two families in the entire galaxy that matter: the Skywalkers and the Palpatines. Is like that got old real fast.
I would say there are certain things that if they were to what
Wait.
Lail's in pain.
Y'all don't hear because y'all not hearing the shit Vinny's saying. He said maybe they were drunk driving.
Oh.
That's terrible.
That's
Yo, the fuck. The little slither of opportunity, but that's not me talking about when you don't hear it. It's there.
He's good at that. He's real good.
I think that if you had like, if I had my way, what I would have rather they did would have been to set a new. If they were going to do a sequel trilogy, don't number it. Like, don't call it episode 7, 8, 9. Just set up a new trilogy of a new story, all new characters, and set it, 150 years in the future. You know what I mean? And then that way there's no ground that's been tread that they can screw up. They can't, it won't be touching any current characters that we all know. And they pretty much would have a wide open field of whatever they wanted to do. The problem with Star Wars in general, though, is that it's Star Wars. And for people who love Star Wars, the reason they love Star Wars, the reason we love Star Wars is because of what it is, not what it could be. It's because it is the Luke Skywalker. It is the Skywalker family. It is a family drama. That's what it is. Or the original 6 films, it's about the rise, the fall, and the redemption of Darth Vader. That's literally what those movies are about. And to be honest, the way that movie, or the way Return of the Jedi ends, it pretty much ends it. Like, they're on Endor. They're in their photo op moment where they're all standing together, and and everyone's celebrating. And I think the best thing they could have done would have been to not touch that. If they wanted to do something new, go way far in the future.
That
Or-
would have backfired so bad, bro. They had George Lucas has been telling us for 30 years that he wrote 9 movies.
Yeah.
And we started with the middle 3, and then he did the first 3. And now if Disney bought this thing and then decided
he gave them the
3
script
movies
and
that
they
had
threw them in the
nothing to
garbage.
do with Skywalkers, man, there have been pitchforks, bro. There have been torches.
I mean, George Lucas also wrote Caravan of Courage. And,
Oh
Yeah.
boy, there we
I
go.
don't say that like it's a bad thing.
it's not. It's just you can take Star Wars into a different. Star Wars is going to feel small real fast if we box ourselves in.
Yes, that's why other
And-
movies can do stuff that's not the Skywalker series, but the third trilogy in Star Wars.
Caravan of
Yeah.
Courage one more time, man.
I mean, hell, give us Knights of the Old Republic. Like, come
Well,
on.
that's-
Let's-
see,
Yeah,
that's
but
the
that
thing.
would have been
Let's go do
different
that.
than 7, 8, 9. I'm
Yeah,
not. Like,
wait.
you can have both.
Yeah,
Man, you know what? Luke,
I really don't think
I
we need
just-
Luke and Ray and Kylo Ren should have been in the throne room, and they should have won them against the Praetorian Guard and Snoke. That's what should have happened.
here's my
That's
thing,
the
and let
thing
me
I wanted to see.
here's
Like,
my
why
thing,
couldn't you
and
have
I
Kylo-
want to say this real quick because it's finding the motivation for me, and I'm going back to that because I need that motivation. And the right way for me, and the way I saw it in my head was, the failure didn't start at the temple. It didn't start at your new Jedi temple, whatever. No, to me, the failure, and if they would have did it right, is if Luke visually was there when Kylo killed his best friend. That would have been the failure. Because if you're watching that is all this time knowing what this boy was and knowing what he could have became and how easily he was persuaded and tempted by the dark side, I did nothing in the moment to stop this boy. I did nothing in the moment to stop this thing from happening. And I just watched my best friend get killed by his own son because of the influence of the dark side that myself, I thought that I was a part of ending and bringing balance or helping my father bring balance to. It did not work. That's the motivation for you to basically leave that particular space, leave Ray behind, everybody behind, and then go to Ox 2 and just leave.
Now, if you had killed Kylo Ren, how could you face your best friend and your sister?
True.
But that's what I'm saying. The conflict there.
Okay, that's
That's
what
the
should have happened.
conflict.
Okay,
That's the
conflict.
motivation, is that you watch him kill your best friend. You
Yeah.
see that in cold-blooded murder right then and there, and then you leave because there's nothing else that you can do. You feel as though not only did you fail the order, you failed your sister, you failed your best friend, and everyone who believed in you at that particular moment. That would have been a reason for you to leave. Just leave and say, I can't do this, and detach yourself. That's more of a motivation that I can believe in at that
But
point.
what if Luke,
then-
because of all that, because of the attachments and things that lead to the dark side, what if he felt himself going to the dark side, and that's the reason why he removed himself, because he knew he would be a big threat to the galaxy if he turned to the dark side, and that's why he left.
Well, if they had shown that, then that would have made sense.
That would have made more sense.
a whole lot more sense.
Instead, what
Because,
we got was
attachment, fear of loss, all that leads to the dark side. And
Yeah.
guess what? You just lost your temple. You lost all your students. You
That
just
would
lost
have-
your friend.
that would have
You're
made a
headed
lot
to
more
the dark
sense.
side.
And
Yeah.
instead what we got
And it
was
would have
Han
made
Solo getting
sense.
killed, and they glossed over it in the next movie and didn't even address it really.
I mean, it would have even been a throwback to Empire when he seen his face in the trial in the cave.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah,
Oh,
that's
see, now
what
it's
I'm
starting to
saying.
sound pretty
Like,
good.
What was one of the questions he asked? Where's Han? What happened to Han?
That's it. That's all we
That was
got.
that, and that's all we got.
They
Yeah,
weren't
I
even.
mean,
they
it's one
weren't
of the
even
big problems. It was a passing of the torch, experiment here in trilogy, and then they got rid of the whole cast by episode 8 and left nothing for 9.
And what they did was they set up new characters, but they didn't let them earn it.
It was no
Exactly.
foundation built at all.
It was
no one earned anything. Ray didn't
Nothing,
lose a hand.
nothing,
She didn't get a
nothing,
scratch. She's using force lightning just off
Nothing.
accident.
Well, you could make the argument that, J.J. Abrams didn't earn what we had in episode 7. You just remade
Yeah.
episode 4.
No,
You didn't earn it. You just reconfigured episode 4.
You're
no,
100% correct. 100% correct.
I think part of what the biggest mistakes that they made were just the fact that there was seemingly no respect given to what came before, and they just wanted to push all that out of the way and platform all their new characters. And
It was bait and switch.
Well, to an extent, yeah. But I mean, also just the fact that when you're going to do something like that, you have to know you need, if you're going to try that, you need to know that you've got an audience that's going to follow you the rest of the way. And unfortunately, they didn't.
No, people bailed out after this.
Like it's just the way it is. It's not it's not anything against filmmakers in general. I think everybody wants to do. They don't make movies trying to make a bad movie or trying to write a bad story. But I mean, this one in particular is just so full of holes that it's shocking that they were allowed to get away with it. Like the one I mentioned last time we were talking, when we were talking about Force Awakens last week, the whole thing when Rey comes to talk to Luke, and she's asking him, to come back with her, and he tells her he's cut himself off from the Force. He tells her he doesn't know what's going on. He's like completely shut himself off, and yet he knows her name without her telling him who she is.
Exactly.
Which sets up the idea that, okay, if that, at least in my mind, and I remember at the time, because I was a major sequels apologist for a while there, because I had faith that it was going to make sense in the end. I thought there was a plan.
So
I didn't
you
know.
You were the one.
I listen, bro. Like I felt as though this film, again, one of the biggest. Another thing is what we are really overlooking is that you set up a character to be much more greater than what you made him to be in the end. What we saw from Finn in The Force Awakens was potential. Yeah. What we knew about this character was potential. What we got from the trailers, and Vinny, you didn't even watch the trailer, but I'm guarantee you after that, when you watch the trailer, you've seen what they did to this character and what they made him, the potential that was there. That's why I felt as though, look, it should have been Luke should have played more of a role in that development than what he did and what they allowed him to play. It should have been Luke to tell him you're more important than what you think. Your connection to her, you need to be with her at all time. You're the reason to keep this calm. But also, again, seeing the potential in this person, seeing that potential in Finn, knowing what he is and who he is and how much more greater than he is and how much more of a leader is he than he probably believes himself to be. They took that away from us in this fucking film. They literally did, bro. They made him look like a piece of shit.
And Rose took his story arc.
Yeah,
he was about to actually have like a meaningful self-sacrifice, and Rose is like, nope. It's like,
well, they literally took everything, every bit of development they gave him in Force Awakens, and then reset him back to zero again at the beginning of Last Jedi. Like now suddenly he's trying to run away again.
Yeah, he's trying to get out of there. Yeah, exactly.
What are you doing? And I mean, the thing is that, and this is just another example of why Rian Johnson should have never been allowed to write this, is just the fact that it was very obvious, I think, to me, that Finn was somewhat it came off to an extent, I think, that he was somewhat force sensitive in the first movie. By the second movie, they completely threw that out the window and made him less than a secondary character. He was like a fourth character down. He was the co-lead in the first one. Yeah. And then in the second one, he was like 6 characters down the line of
Porgs had a better storyline than he did.
He could wield a lightsaber in the first one. Lightsabers are supposed to be like really heavy for people who don't have the Force. Lightsabers, if you turn it on, you can't just swing it like Jedi does if you aren't tuned into the Force, because
the stupid
you saw like what Han tried to do,
Han he just went Nyeh.
Yeah, but even he was kind of like struggling with it, and I don't think it was because of the wind. It's like, no, you actually it's like a really heavy sword where you have to have this power in order to you have to be tapped into the Force in order to use it.
But like that's the thing though, and I feel like that Abrams had treatments for the next two films that the other directors could use as roadmaps if they wanted to, but they weren't obligated to, and then they didn't.
Oh, well, we obviously you know what that question is.
When he came back for the third one, you could tell he was basically trying to quickly put back in all the things that Rian Johnson threw away. Because that whole thing of when they're getting, Ray, I need to tell you something, and then they go in the quicksand, and then he never tells her.
Yeah,
you're right. And then he never tells her.
He never tells.
Why include that? If
it's just like, so many opportunities after that to tell her, but he never says.
Unless he's going to tell her "I love you," or something like that. Because let's face it,
he knew what he's going to tell her.
In the second movie, he is going. Everything he's doing for Ray.
Yeah,
everything he's doing. In the second movie, he's like, "Oh my god, I need to find Ray. Where's Ray?" That's the first thing he says when he wakes up.
Exactly. Where's Ray? Yeah, exactly.
So, and that's the thing, bro. They completely that part of it is the dependency on that particular character. Then you're taking away his level of greatness. That is unfair. I can't forgive that. I will never forgive that, because there were so many opportunities there with that character to make him great, to make him, again, he was a co-lead. It was who we basically saw the first time we saw fucking episode, you know what I mean?
The first thing we saw.
It was the first thing that we basically saw, which made the character interesting right there. First of all, you're a black dude in a stormtrooper uniform. Yo, what the fuck is this? You know what I mean? I want to know what's going on.
He set up so much good stuff in the sense that these kids now, in terms of for the First Order, they're taking kids and indoctrinating them and programming them, basically, going from youth up to being stormtroopers.
Yeah.
And the fact that in the third movie, when he runs into, I forget her name.
Girl, I can't remember her name.
Yeah, I've seen that movie once.
But the thing is that this is, and then it's not until the third movie where we finally learn why the programming didn't take. It's because he's got the Force. The Force was not allowing maybe for them to indoctrinate him as strictly as it was, which is why he was able to break free of it.
Yeah, there you go. That explains that.
They could. I bet you that was intended to be out. I bet you that was intended to be revealed in the second movie.
Yes.
And they never did the original script for the third movie, which is absolutely fantastic and has Kylo Ren as the big bad, and it takes place like the final battle takes place on Coruscant, and Finn is leading like a stormtrooper uprising.
The Colin Trevorrow one.
Yeah.
See, that's what we should have saw.
Like, if you're gonna bring it full circle, bring it full circle. Yeah. You're going to commit to making Kylo the big bad, commit. And in the movie didn't commit to it. The trilogy didn't commit to anything. It didn't commit to Finn. It didn't commit
Kylo the big bad in the end, though. It
makes no sense that Finn is even alive in the third one, because Rose clipped his shit in the middle of a fucking battlefield as he's running kamikaze style to end the fight.
Which was stupid also.
And left them both being just sitting ducks out there. Like, why they weren't blown away, I have no idea.
Again, he was about to have this amazing story arc. He was about to sacrifice himself for the rebellion, and then Rose is like, "Nope." It's like, Rose.
Bro, doing this for love. What?
I'm looking at the poll right now. So I put up a poll before we started. And I said, "Can this film be saved?" And the poll is currently 50-50. It's split. It is currently
I love it. That's great.
50-50 right now. That's unprecedented. You know what I mean? It is.
How many votes?
50.
How many votes are in?
50-50. Let me see. We got approximately. Let me see here, because it's not letting me see. We got 32 votes in so far. So 32 votes.
All right.
And it's split 50-50. They are saying yes, it can be saved. No, it can't. So I want to see now that I mentioned it. I want to see where the poll is going to go now as we talk about this shit. It's going to be interesting. But
do we have to mention the Mary Poppins moment? I mean, it was the most unbelievable, ridiculous moment in this movie, I think. It was like, if you're that powerful with the Force, why didn't you use it to even let yourself get sucked out of the ship? You should have been standing right there with a Force bubble around you, holding you down. No, she gets sucked out of the ship. Then she looks like Yandu when she has ice crystals all over her face.
Yeah.
And then She goes like, okay, and then she's like,
Yeah, you can't hang out in space for that long. I have a feeling, but then again, Star Wars isn't science fiction. It's
I told you, even my wife was like, "What was that?" She turned to me and said, "What was that?" I said, "I don't know."
And if she was going to come back into the ship, why couldn't she have grabbed like Admiral Akbar on her way?
Right?
Yeah.
That's the other thing. They just completely
Just a whole chain of rebels. All just going back to the ship.
Chain up the whole bridge crew. There you go.
Bro,
See,
it was like he was literally trying to obliterate everything that was nostalgia.
It was horrible. It was
everything that we knew about the original. He was trying. Now, here's the thing:
let the past die, kill it if you
let
have
the
to.
past die, kill it if you have to. As
Well.
long as you do it constructively and you do it where it makes sense. None of what happened in this film made any fucking sense, bro. And I'm sorry it didn't. Blowing up the bridge at that particular time with Admiral Akbar on there, and then have her float out in space. Number one, sucked out in the vacuum force or not, you are not surviving that shit, bro.
Yeah.
No.
You're not. There is no fucking way.
No.
And
It
on
was a
top of
beautiful
that,
shot, though.
it was, but she
was.
was
It was a
unconscious
really
for a
beautiful
minute.
Yeah.
That level of
And the,
unconsciousness,
the
you
magnet
can't
bombs.
breathe, bro. What'd you say?
And the magnet and the
Oh,
bombs.
the bombers at the beginning.
Because the bombs made no sense in space. Why wouldn't they float? And if they're magnetized, why not just float?
Yeah, that one.
I'm sure there are I'm sure there are gravity wells that
Yeah.
are attached
Like,
to
what
it
kind of
because otherwise
dogfight
they wouldn't just
required
drop out of
flying
it.
over top of the spaceship in order to win.
I
So
know.
I'm sure there are gravity wells on. I know they're going for like a World War II kind of thing with the spaceship design and all that stuff and dropping the bombs. So I thought that was cool.
It looked cool, but it didn't make any sense.
That was bad. Yeah, it looked all right, but it was bad.
Okay, so are we able to? Okay, so now we're supposed to be trying a way to find this, to rewrite this shit. Damn it!
Wait, where are we supposed to start?
In the beginning. That's what I was trying to start in the beginning.
Canto Blight. Wait.
Okay.
Let's start with Canto Blight because only one person in the world is able to open his safe. But this is not the person. But yet, the whole movie is about him and never the person that they were there to find in the first place. But we got a 25-minute sequence on a casino.
Yeah. It was something new, and it showed the other aspect of Star Wars, where it's like, hey, here are the people that are profiting off of war. Because it also shows the side of Star Wars where it's like, yeah, here it's the cycle that we're in. And look, like when Leia sees all these people die, she's like, oh, here we go again. And she's tired. Luke's tired. Han was tired. All these old characters were so tired because all the stuff they did in the last trilogy, now they find themselves in the exact same situation with Empire 2.0.
And again, that's bad writing.
Guess where Canto Bite should have been? What movie Canto Bite should have been in? Solo.
Oh yeah.
That's what movie should have been in.
I think this movie could have worked if we had a time jump, because between A New Hope and Empire, it was 3 years.
Yeah.
And this movie was,
I think, a year.
Yeah, it wasn't like an immediate, and this was almost as though you had A New Hope and then you pick up right after A New Hope and the Empire goes to Yavin and then chases them to Hoth, basically. And then you have the Battle of Hoth at the end. That was basically what this was. And that was it was weird. It was different to say, hey, there is no time jump between, it was probably a matter of hours, basically, between the last movie and this movie. And it feels kind of like one big movie in a way. So imagine if you had a time jump of 3 years. Rey has been training with Luke the whole time. So now all of a sudden people are like, oh, how can she do that? Well, she's been training for like 1 or 2 years with Luke, so that's her why lessons. She can do that. And exactly.
And then he didn't even give her 3 lessons. He said, I'll give you 3 lessons. And he only did 2.
Yeah.
That was it.
Yeah.
So a time jump, I think, would have done this movie wonders, give it space from the other movie. And let the audience fill in the gaps. Maybe fill in the gaps with comic books or books. Here's what happened in between the films, instead of there's no break. Here's what happens.
You're gonna tell me that character right there would have fit perfect in Solo.
Yep,
perfectly.
Yeah. Well, it's like a waste of Benicio del Toro. Just like this was a waste of. It was a waste of almost a waste of like Laura Dern, because you kind of wasted Laura Dern. I'm sorry, but you did.
This is a wasted script, wasted everything.
Yeah.
And also at the end of it, when Luke shows up on Crate, his projection shows up. Ryan Johnson originally was just going to have him go right past everybody and outside and face off with Kylo Ren. It was Mark Hamill that said, "You just want me to walk past C-3PO?"
Yeah.
Like this droid that I've been with and have been by my side, like for through so many years and decades and adventures, I'm just going to ignore him.
Well, my sister's in there, and I'm not going to say anything to her.
And that was the thing. It's like, and that's why when he looks at 3PO, goes, "Master Luke," when he comes in, and he looked at him and he winks at him.
Yeah,
well, I mean, the first movie pretty much ignored R2D2, and so it wasn't until the third movie that they're like, "Oh yeah, we have C-3PO and R2D2."
But
That wasn't the only one.
He talked to R2 early on the ship. Remember?
Right. Exactly.
Yeah.
So it's just like, but in the first movie, it's like, oh yeah, R2D2's in this, but he's not going to actually activate until the end of the movie. It's like, okay, well that's fine, I guess. But the movies are kind of told from the perspective of the droids, and yet the only droid we had was BB-8.
What was that?
That's my grandson.
Oh, yeah. Like it's just they really. This movie is. There's actually a I forget which college in the U.S. does it, but there's a university or a college in the States that has a course. There's a film course that one of the chapters is The Last Jedi and why it's an example of really, really bad filmmaking.
What college is giving this course?
There's a course on it about how not to make a movie.
Well, they picked the right movie.
Yeah.
Pick your beloved characters. Don't use them well.
Kill them all off.
Make them and then kill them all. Exactly. Go and watch the sequels and watch all your childhood heroes die. Oh god.
Right, man. If they could have brought everybody all the way until the last movie, I'm talking about it should have been Han. Well, it couldn't have been Leia because she had passed away, unfortunately.
Which is untimely.
Yeah. But if that was the plan, that would have been great.
I think that's partly why JJ didn't have them meet up in the first movie. I think he was figuring that was going to happen in the next one, and then she died. And I think he didn't feel like there was any urgency to do it right away, and that he was going to do it, but just not in that movie.
Listen, I don't give a fuck what nobody say. I don't mean to interject here, but I don't give a fuck. This was one of the dopest Luke's Hot Toys ever released.
Oh yeah, this
Crate Luke was fucking phenomenal, bro. I still love this figure to death, man. It is this is the Luke we should have seen. Like literally, I would have rocked with this Luke and been okay with it. But I digress. I do want to digress. I just wanted to show that real quick because
I think what they could have done, or what JJ could have done when he after the wreckage that this movie left behind, they could have done something with Luke, how he vanishes. And he vanishes and his mechanical hand vanished with him. And so people were pointing that out. And it was just because Ryan Johnson just didn't think of it. That's why he didn't do it. But people thought it was actually a plot point. Well, people were thinking that it was actually a plot point that might come up later. And what I was thinking was they could actually do a like they did with Ahsoka the White. They could have done a Luke Skywalker the White. And have it be a thing where you can actually use the Force so much that you can phase into the Force, but come back.
Yeah.
Because if you think about it, he just disappeared. Ben Kenobi just disappeared.
Yeah.
Vader didn't actually touch him with the lightsaber. He just was gone.
No, he did.
So they phase into like the world between worlds, which is connected to every point in history in Star Wars, to which you probably could go back and save
where you want to go.
Would have done something like that. They might have, like, it would have been a novel idea. They've never done that before.
Let's do it. Episode 10, Luke White Walker.
It would have. It would have explained why we didn't see two halves of Obi-Wan Kenobi on the floor.
Oh my
God.
I mean.
He faded into the Force.
He in Immortal, again, if you're an X-Men fan, he faded into the white hot room. Nah, I mean, listen, here's the thing. Here's the thing, bro.
That's a
Like,
great shot too, by the way.
It is a
this,
great
I love
shot.
this shot, bro.
It is a
I
great
absolutely love this shot. I love this
It is.
figure too. This figure is fucking phenomenal. I
It
have
is.
this figure as well. But I mean, bro, with from the perspective the way the story is being told, and I get it, bro. And I said in the very beginning, everybody wants to write their own treatment. But I also agree that if you have this person writing and directing, there should have been other writers in the room.
Mm-hmm.
There should have been other writers around to kind of course correct and be like, well, if you do this, or if you say this, this won't work. Or did you go back and watch every film to understand why this choice would not make as much sense as you think it would? And I don't think, like, honestly, and I don't just blame him, I blame J.J. Abrams as well, bro. He has to shelter a lot of the blame too, because
He shouldn't
again,
have left. He didn't
you
want to
gave
do
us-
the second one.
y'all motherfuckers still didn't explain why the hell C-3PO had a red arm. There was no explanation at
Yeah.
that point. There
Yeah.
was no one to say why this motherfucker lost his arm. His
Yeah,
arm.
you had to read the
Luffy
comic
had a
book
red
that
arm.
came out. I think.
Yeah,
a bit
there was a
later, the
comic about it.
Yeah.
Fuck that, bro. Because the thing is, you don't need. You should not have to read that book.
shouldn't
because
have to do
majority of these
homework.
stories-
I had a red arm.
Exactly, bro. You don't need to do
There-
that shit to really
no homework.
understand. No
You have to do
homework to
homework for this to
understand.
work.
Come on,
This
man.
is bad
Like,
storytelling if you're going to say something like that. But
Man,
it's
yeah.
not actually. And then by the
Not
end of
executed.
episode 7, he doesn't have the red arm anymore.
Yeah,
It's
he
like,
Good
does.
Lord, that's
Gone. Gone.
Somehow his arm returned.
JJ, I gotta correct this.
Rex,
And
how
still
fast
putting
you
going
said
on
that
that.
shit because you needed to get it out for us to understand it. He
Yeah.
red arm anymore. He didn't.
Maybe if he kept the red arm, hey, guess what? Give him a bit of character. Cool,
Yeah,
cool.
yeah.
You know, no, oh no, he's not going to keep the red arm. Okay, then why'd you even mention the red arm?
because he mentioned it. He said, "Well, you're probably wondering why I have the red
Yeah,
arm," and
why?
never went into it.
Why
was-
did you have the red arm?
Yeah, like there was no fucking explanation for it at all, man. Like, and you
Merchandising.
complete.
Yeah,
Yeah,
red arms are probably like earrings or tramp stamps or something like, you know, like a dolphin tattoo. As
Bro.
Rins has pointed out, it was just a face,
Dolphin tattoo.
like a dolphin tattoo or
Oh,
those barbed
Like-
wire
like-
tattoos.
it's like
a
Yeah,
tattoo.
those are great.
So another
yeah.
issue, well, not issue, but another thing that, you know, him and Yoda sitting there, you know, talking, and Yoda's telling him about, you know, failure is, you know, it's not the end game and all this stuff. And then Yoda burns up the temple. Well, you're thinking, and everybody's saying, well, the books are in there. He thinks the books in there. Well,
Yeah.
the books weren't in there.
No.
Rey had the books with her.
Mm-hmm.
And
Yoda probably knew that.
Yoda must have known that.
Yeah.
Yoda had to know that.
Mhm.
Because you know he's telling Luke, you know, this, we're gonna do this and that'll happen, blah blah blah. So he knew that was gonna happen. So, but he was giving Luke, I guess, one more lesson before he knew what Luke had to do. That's all. I mean, you know,
it was like
it-
another form of attachment
exactly.
and letting
That
go
was
of the
some
past.
tough love is what that was.
Yeah.
Yoda's like, get it together, man.
Yeah,
Get
he
it
was.
flipping
He was telling him,
together.
hey man, you got this is what you got to do, and go and do it. So you know,
Yeah, you failed. Okay, now pick yourself up and get
Yeah.
back to it.
yep.
And
I actually like
JJ
that too. I
Ryan
like that
Johnson
with Luke and Yoda.
explained, or what the way he explained it, and for this particular scene made absolutely no sense. But I guess whatever, he's explained it as Yoda teaching Luke how to let go of the past, but also how to let go, knowing that there was a sacrifice that he was going to need to make,
Yeah, he was teaching him another lesson.
and it was a lesson that he was teaching. But
lesson.
I was like, it wasn't. It,
There
Yeah.
are better ways they could have done it.
yeah, the execution.
Or the execution of what the lesson should have been could have been done a different way, of course. Yes.
You know what I mean? Like that execution, and why, again, knowing that Rey was on this planet the entire time, the person that needed to talk some sense into Luke ended up being the person that arrived, or that was there, showed up as a Force ghost when she left. Now I get it. The Force ghost is only connected to the last person that they've come in contact with, which and again would have been Luke. Now, which made sense as to why, even when Luke was looking out in the distance and he saw Obi-Wan, he saw Hayden Christensen, who replaced the great Sebastian, and he saw again Luke. Even when Leia was with Leia couldn't see him. It was just Luke who saw them.
Luke. Yeah.
It was just Luke. So he was the only one that could see because of his connection to the Force at that time. Mm-hmm. So again, we don't know that in the moment if Rey would have actually. I don't think Rey would have saw Yoda at all. I don't think that he would have revealed himself because it was Luke's journey to take at that point. Yeah, which explains why, well, Leia, him Force projecting himself to Leia again, another Force user. We know. Yeah, you know what I mean. Like that is what it is.
We all saw him there, though.
Yeah,
so that was not just like a Force ghost thing.
It was a projection, and they saw him there. Yeah, at that particular time, which he knew already that he was going to die because of that Force projection. You know what I mean? So I get it, but it's the execution and explaining it that would have made more sense to me. Even if Yoda would have arrived a bit earlier, they'd be like, "Yo, what the fuck are you doing? Like, what are you doing? This isn't you. Like, this isn't who you are as a person. I get it. You experienced all this loss." But there's a greater purpose than just you just wallowing in shame of the loss and guilt. There is a greater purpose. There's something else that's there, and your journey isn't done. You know what I mean? Like it just would have made more sense to me at that point because I felt this Luke should have played a much. But as we see, it was Leia in the third film who became her mentor at that point.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Who became the one. So which made me wonder, like, okay, since all that time, now you stand, they did clean that up because at the end of, Rise of Skywalker, because she was in contact with both Luke and Leia, she saw both of them as a Force ghost. Yep. So that portion of it, okay, I get that. And I completely understand it. But again, we were robbed from the stories in between, the things that they could have told us and the things we could have known. I would have wanted to see a fucking flashback between Luke and Leia in this film that would have made some sense. And it gave me a bit more to really kind of latch on to. Yeah. But they didn't do it. You know what I mean?
How about the scene of them, Han and Leia turning Kylo over to Luke to train him? Yeah. That showing that. And how she probably didn't want him to go, and Han didn't want just something to fill in the gaps instead of just boom, there it was. It was just awful. It's just
the poll changed, so it's 48% that says yes. Now it's 52% that says no. So whatever's going on here right now is just changing the trajectory, bro.
Like ultimately, I think the biggest takeaway is that you can't do a three-part story, or if you want to think of it as one big story chopped into three parts, take it away from the original trilogy and the prequels, just keep sequels as their own thing. If you're going to tell a story over 3 films, you need a plan. You have to have a plan. You have to have a road mark. You have to know where these characters are going from A to B to C to D, and then you can fill in what happens in between. But you need to know where the guide rails are. And when they did this, they literally had no plan. The plans that were given to them were not used. And so when you do that, you get the sequel trilogy, which is, it's a mess. It's a hot mess. And it's unfortunate because it started off well. With Force Awakens, it got, everyone had their everybody had their Star Wars hats on again, and everybody was happy. Star Wars was back. It felt more like Star Wars to a lot of people than say the prequels did. But for all the heat the prequels take, and they took a lot of heat, no question, at least it was a cohesive story. You can argue about the dialogue being clunky or the acting being a little overly dramatic at times or whatever, depending on whatever the criticism is. But from a story perspective, it was a good story and it was told well. It had bumps because of not being what we were expecting after the OT, but it was still a good story, and it was A to B to C. Episode 1, episode 2, episode 3, and it was all cohesive, whereas the sequels weren't even remotely cohesive because there was no
plan.
There was no plan, and you can't do that in something like this. Like, it's one thing to do that with your own IPs. It's one thing to do that with your original properties, things that you come up with yourself. You want to do that, fine. But this is somebody else's sandbox you're playing in. It's not a good idea if you want it to be beloved by the fans and to give it a future to go forward and doing other things afterward. It's not a good idea to take all those toys and throw them in the garbage and then try and build something new in the middle of a new trilogy.
Here's my thing, bro, and I think about this all the time. Is like, we hear that, the execs have come in and stepped in and say no, creative differences with certain things. It just didn't work. It didn't work to where we were going. We got to part ways. And I'm just wondering why no one stepped in with this and said that. Unless he had a really dope ass pitch. That's the only thing I can say. Like, he had to have a dope ass pitch.
He must have had something. I think, what I bet you part of it was because I know, because Kathleen Kennedy's, Rey is her baby. Rey was she's was the main driving force behind Rey as a character. And
here's the thing: is I unapologetically love Rey as a character.
There's nothing wrong with that. The thing
I love her as a character. It's just that
initially that the characters going forward, I don't think Rey was meant to be the only one at center stage.
Yeah,
I think it was supposed to be Rey and Finn, and I think it was supposed to be Rey and Finn throughout all three movies, and Poe would be sort of the third wheel, but it would be mostly Rey and Finn, and John Boyega was robbed. They did him so dirty that there should be a course taught about that. What happened to John Boyega in the sequel trilogy? Because he just got completely sidelined. And to add insult to injury, they made his picture like this big on the Chinese poster.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean,
what are you doing? What are you doing?
At this point, like, it's like, are we living in that space where we're actually saying it's unsalvageable?
Or the sequels are unsalvageable. I don't think that Rey movie is ever going to happen.
I don't think that Rey movie is ever going to happen.
It's one of those things. They're never going to say that they're never going to say it's been canceled. They're just going to leave it alone, and it'll fall down the memory hole. And eventually, like, the problem is there's too much negative attention on the sequels, and it's not the same kind of negative attention that the prequels had, because at least they were George, and at least they made sense. These ones, they've done so much damage to the IP that I just don't think I think they'll keep the Rey movie sort of on the back burner until Kathleen Kennedy retires, and then whoever comes in after that is just going to move on and do something else completely, and it'll never happen. That's my thinking.
And you're speaking to a person that really wants it to happen. I want her to get a good story, bro. I really do, but the reality is, I just don't think it's going to be there.
I think they're afraid, and I think rightfully so. If they were to make that Rey movie, it's going to bomb. It's going to cost a lot of money to make, and then it won't make that money back. There just aren't enough fans of the sequels, I think, that the ones who would actually pay money to go and see it.
Unfortunately, he's right, because even if it's amazing, people aren't going to give it a chance.
Like, that's what happened with Solo. Back to Solo. I thought Solo was a great movie, but people didn't go and see it because they were mad about The Last Jedi.
Well, they were mad about The Last Jedi, but also the movie came out, what, 6 months after
Yeah,
The Last
it was
Jedi?
real,
So,
yeah.
And like
you know,
a couple
Star Wars
weeks
used to
after
be
Infinity War, it was like
Yeah.
a
It's like
perfect storm.
Star Wars used to be
an event.
special, you know,
Yeah.
exactly. And now it's like every oh god, maybe this is too much.
I
We're
remember
still processing that other movie.
I remember thinking that, oh, we're going to get a new Star Wars movie every year. That's awesome. I remember thinking that back before. And then after a couple of, I was like, you know what? I actually prefer it one every 3 years. Let's go back to that.
Didn't
Yeah.
because I mean, you know, to show how special they were is didn't the reshowing of Empire Strikes Back, I think it made like 50 something million dollars. I mean, it was 50. That movie made 50 something, 53 or 50.
Oh, I think you're thinking of the re-release of Revenge
the
of the
re-release of it.
Oh, Revenge of the Sith. Yeah.
Yeah, and that
The
shows
Sith, yeah.
you right there. I mean, that movie made more than 2 or 3 movies that just came out a couple of weeks ago.
I guarantee you, if they re-release the
Just saying, bro.
I upgraded from a room to an island, bro. No
the
Epstein.
one thing I could see Lucasfilm doing, and I don't know how they would. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, we got Benny in
There you go.
Big money.
One thing they could do that wouldn't salvage the sequels, but could potentially get a lot of goodwill back. And I think I said this last week or one other time we were talking about it. But if Lucasfilm would give the green light to clean up the original negatives of the original trilogy, not the special editions, do a 4K remaster of those THX remastered VHS ones. Do a 4K thing of that, clean them up, put those out. They'll get a lot of goodwill back. I bet. I would put money on that being a big deal for a lot of fans.
For older fans. Some of the younger fans might look at it and go, "This looks janky."
Yeah,
this looks rough. True. But then you'll have some younger fans who'll look at it and go, "This is film history."
Yeah,
and I've always heard about this. Now let me see it because
Han did shoot first.
Exactly. First, there's the Force blur under the theater and the all that goodness. Yes.
Where's
the
Jabba?
audio. So you can clean up the audio.
Yeah,
give it the 4K treatment and put it in theaters, and I think that would get fans excited. Especially,
do you think that they can do that and will do that though? Especially considering the simple fact that the anniversary in 2027. You know that, and they are planning on doing a re-release in theaters. You know what I mean? Do you think that they could possibly look towards cleaning it up that way?
There's only one reason not to do it, because it's a whole option for an entirely different revenue stream from a different version of the physical media. The only reason not to do it is George, and they don't give a shit what he thinks.
Clearly, they don't care anymore. So yeah. I think they will.
He said they're already working on it. Yeah. So
you re-release it in theaters and then you sell it on 4K. Yep. You sell a new box set, the original trilogy.
The biggest no-brainer of all time.
Oh, Mark Lee, you ain't lying about that.
Yeah.
That was why you forget that? Why
the Knights of Ren died. They got stuck up on that plateau. They couldn't get down.
They got stuck on a music video is what they got stuck in. They were up on that rock and it was rotating like a music video.
They went up there to our farm, as the kids say.
I was just expecting to see one of them with a great big guitar.
Yeah.
Jeez. Talking about a waste.
That was a huge waste too.
And it just didn't happen. That's the thing. I forgot about the Knights of Ren, and we were set up to believe. Remember, like pretty much every content creator on YouTube.
Oh, who are the Knights of Ren?
Who are the Knights of Ren?
Luke's old.
Maybe it's this. Yes,
it's no one. It's like okay. At least Captain Phasma. It's no one.
No one. At least they could have showed him fighting when he was looking for the holocrons. Remember, we was fighting on that planet. At least they could have showed him fighting then. They didn't even show him. They just showed him.
But that's another thing. The one thing that they did do, even though they fucked it up in the end, they did bring back, Captain Phasma and let her get her shit off a little bit. Just a little bit. Not enough, but just a teeny bit. Yeah, I mean, Let her get her shit off before she got knocked
was-
off the platform.
Man, that was man.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
no, Leo, no.
because apparently her armor was made of the same material as the Naboo starship. That's why it was so shiny. Like that was the same sort of metal,
I thought
Yeah,
she just
the-
unlocked
and it deflected blaster bolts. Like it was like really good armor, and yet she's gonna die.
BB-8 put in more work than she did.
Yeah. I thought they wasted her too.
Well, I like the actual deleted scene where it shows that Finn, when Finn actually says, "You were the one who lowered the shields in Starkiller Base," and she has to kill the stormtroopers around her because she's a really slimy character. That's the thing. Nobody knows that she did that.
Yeah.
And so you just see the kind of character that she is, where she's like, "No, I can't have these people knowing that I did that."
Yeah.
And
They should have left it in the movie. They should have left it in the movie.
This movie is just such a comedy of errors all throughout. There's just so many things wrong with it.
So what we're saying right now was pointless because my intent was to come in here to try to see if we could rewrite the shit, find some way to rewrite it. So it was just pointless. We're basically saying that there was nothing that we. So is it even worth going to The Rise of Skywalker trying to rewrite that fucking movie? Because we couldn't even get through this shit.
No,
we couldn't.
Rise
There's
of
no salvaging the sequel.
That's going to be hard, man. Rise of Skywalker. Ooh.
I've seen that movie once, and I own that movie, and I've seen it once.
I
I've
own
only
all
ever
of
seen
it.
it once.
I've watched it
I've only
twice.
seen it in
I've watched it
theaters.
twice.
I don't think I've ever rewatched it.
I saw it when it came out in theaters, and that was it. I looked at my friend. I'm like, that movie didn't make any sense.
Listen, I'm gonna say this, bro. I'm gonna say this.
It was even hard watching
I
this.
say this, but here's the thing, bro, because I have watched it more than once. I've watched it more than 5 or 6 times. I've watched these films because, and I say this, I want to say this in a way that it's not demeaning anybody, stepping on toes. I really love Star Wars, bro.
Mm-hmm.
I really do, and I try my hardest. Even through
all
all
do.
the fucking flaws, bro, I try my hardest to find a reason and find some space, pocket of space, even some of the shit that I don't like, to say that, you know what? I like this part. This is the part that I like. And I see the potential of what could be done. Listen, bro, I love, Poe. I love Finn. I love Rey. I love those characters because there's potential behind them. They were just stuck and just pocketed in a box around bad writing. But I know that there's potential as much. And again, I do want to see a Rey film. I'm not gonna lie, I do. But I think the only way that you can do it is she's featured in other films with good writing. And then maybe down the road you can do it. But that's the only way that you can utilize that particular character now, especially if you're talking about a new Jedi Order. Feature her in other movies that doesn't center around her as the character. Hell, if they can do it with Obi-Wan, they can do it with Luke, and they can do it with this character. They can do that where you can feature her in other films. Just don't give her her own film as of right now. It just wouldn't work because, again, Star Wars is in a bad fuck it. Hell, Disney and Marvel's in a bad place right now as well. So I don't think anything that's coming out of that umbrella right now is good until they make good on giving us quality shit. You know what I mean?
Let me ask you a question. Do you think it would a TV show would work for her?
Oh God, no more TV.
No.
No more Star Wars TV.
After Ahsoka season 2, they're gonna stop.
Long as we don't see the Vespa gang, I'm all
I think what you can do, bro.
Probably could. Well, I don't know.
Here's the thing, bro. References to it, but I don't think here's the thing, bro. Like I think in order to get what you want, unfortunately, we live in a space where you have to give the fans quality shit. You don't have to necessarily just kneel, but you have to give them quality shit, well-written shit, where they can latch on to certain characters. The test right now, honestly, is not the Mandalorian, bro. It's not the Mandalorian Grogu. The test is the Starfighter film. That's going to be the test because you got some major players in that film. You have some major key players in this particular film. So we want to see what you can actually do with them and if it's going to be worth it at that point. That's going to be the key focus. If you can do well with that and bring people into that world and say, okay, cool, we have a great idea. We're going with this. People are receiving it well. then maybe down the line you can. I mean, because this you have that film, you have that. What is it? Dave Filoni's film. You have what's his name?
Mangold.
Director. Yeah, Mangold's film. You have his film as well. So you
Mandalorian Grogu's a safe bet. The real original thing is after that with the Last Starfighter.
Yeah,
And
we just have to see, because here's another problem. People are kind of feeling that oversaturation of Pedro Pascal.
Yeah,
they are, and that's out there. And so because of that, that could hurt the film as well. We never know. We just got to kind of wait and see.
Well, how much are you going to see Pedro?
I mean, you probably won't see.
They're gonna find a way. They'll find a way.
Come on.
I used to think that this movie and the sequels, like this particular movie and the sequels, which I saw three times in the theater. I saw Last Jedi 3 times in theaters, and I thought that this was what I wanted from Star Wars. And then now I'm rewatching it. I realize I'm like, maybe the sequels aren't for me. But what I do want from Star Wars, me personally, is more Andor. Andor was what I wanted from Star Wars. That was good writing. It was different. And it was right up my alley. That's what I want from Star Wars going forward. Do I want, Mando and Grogu? I'll go see it. I hope it's really, really good. I really, really hope, the first Star Wars movie in years. I hope it's really good. That's the thing. But if it's really, really good, then word of mouth and all that stuff, people will go see it. But if it's just okay and it's just a longer episode of The Mandalorian, then there's very little room for error. But the sequels, I'm sure there are plenty of kids out there that love the sequels, and they will grow up on the sequels, and there's going to come a time where they're going to want sequel merchandise. There's going to come a time where the sequels will be, what's the thing? What's the zeitgeist now? Is it Clone Wars? Is what Hot Toys is making a ton of stuff around Clone Wars. Well, guess who grew up on Clone Wars?
Yeah, Clone Wars was good.
Well, Clone Wars, Bad Batch, all
so you
these.
had Clone Wars, you had the prequel kids, and they're the ones getting the love right now when it comes to a lot of the Star Wars content. Original trilogy, you're not hearing a whole heck of a lot from it, but then again, that may change in 2 years from now, when perhaps we get the original trilogy back in theaters. So it's like, whose time is it now? And the sequels just weren't for me, but they were probably for someone.
Yeah, we'll see.
It's funny because I think one thing to not to put too fine a point on it is that I think that there are people, I know myself included, who look at the sequels as not. I know that technically Disney owns it; it's canon, but for me, the sequels are not canon. I've been able to compartmentalize them as being
not my Star Wars.
What's that?
Not my Star Wars.
Well, no, I tell people I see Star Wars, I'm like, yeah, I've seen all 6 films. Like,
yeah, exactly. But not just that. Like, just the fact that you can look at the end of Return of the Jedi and say that's the end of the story, and it sets it up like that. This for me, and I think, and it's probably I'm sure it's just wishful thinking on my part, but I remember thinking at one point that what happened in Ahsoka with the World Between Worlds, or I should say what happened in Rebels with the World Between Worlds, low-key might have set up the opportunity down the road to branch things off and say that there was that Ahsoka died in one reality and didn't die in another. You know what I'm saying? Because if you look at it this way, if Ahsoka is dead at the end of that episode of Rebels, if Ezra doesn't pull her out, there's nobody for Grogu to reach out to on the Seeing Stone, because no one tells him about it, so he doesn't go there. So Luke never knows about it. Then Mandalorian, Bo-Katan, Cara Dune, everybody that was in that room is dead because those Dark Troopers got in there and they killed everybody, and they took Grogu and they used him to make to help with the cloning of Snoke.
Mhm.
Ahsoka is alive. She's able to tell Mandalorian to go to that planet, put Grogu on the stone, reach out, and a Jedi will come. Luke comes, and so in one reality, it goes on like everything still stays the same through the original trilogy. That never changes because this is all after that. But in one reality, it goes to the sequel trilogy. In another reality, it's still a clean slate because Ahsoka didn't die.
Mhm.
And so in my mind, I've kind of created that in my head.
Chewie, you need to put that Hennessy down, man.
Because at one point in time, I thought you have one shot at this. You have one shot at making the sequel trilogy. But now we see what they were able to do with Luke in the Book of Boba Fett. We see what they're able to do with James Earl Jones' voice.
Oh yeah,
the fact that you can now emulate that. You don't need to know who's in the suit for Darth Vader. So now you can actually do these stories. Either you can fill in the gaps if you want to tell,
like
other
somebody's
stories.
saying, we're seeing that with Aliens and Predators right now.
Yeah.
We're seeing these stories that are filtered around some of the main, the originals that made sense. So we're seeing that, you know what I mean? And it makes a lot of sense. So it feels like Dave Filoni mainly Dave Filoni is finding a way to do that, even with Luke. Like he's finding a way to kind of like give Luke a better story to reach out. And again, because what we know and from even what they're saying, it's not just Anakin, but it's also Luke that's going to play a major role in even Dave Filoni's film going, even after this. Because again, if Luke's there, and we know that Luke is in this universe right now,
how could Thrawn show up and Luke just sit around going
and just sit around? How can we basically see the father? We can see the father, we can see the son, we can see the sister. How can we see them and get a hint of Abeloth and know that Abeloth is out there and not have Luke involved? You can't do that. You really definitely can't do that. So they have to find a way to do it. They have to find a way.
And the connection between Vader and Thrawn, come on, man. All that stuff is coming. It's all
everything has to come. And I think that this is what they're sort of building up to. They're just throwing hints out there. There's some things that are sticking on the wall right now that we don't know about. Yeah, I mean, there's some things that they are looking at saying, okay, maybe this is how we can make it work. Or they could be using certain things. Hell, they could be using a movie like Starfighter to kind of make certain things happen. We just have to wait and see. You know what I mean? How that's going to evolve. So there's ways that they can fix it. I'm not putting this out there to say you should have high hopes that this would happen, but there's a possibility that they could give us the Luke that we want to see, give us certain characters that we want to see. That's going to absolutely make good sense. We just have to wait and see. You know what I mean? So
I don't think it's all gloom and doom. I think that there are ways to fix that. Like there are people out there who want to say Star Wars is dead. It's completely dead. It's not going to ever come back. I don't believe that. I think there are ways to fix it. It can be done, and you just need the right people in the right positions to do it.
We got some great Star Wars this year. We got Andor season 2, which was again an incredible show that I still keep thinking about because again, just absolutely incredible. And we got Tales of the Underworld. Yeah, we got some really great Star Wars.
We got Tales of the Underworld. We got the Skeleton Crew that I thought was awesome.
I love Skeleton Crew.
We got I don't give a fuck what nobody said. I love this last season of Bad Batch. That shit was incredible.
That was also incredible. So
that was awesome. So we did get some good shit.
Not all of Disney Star Wars is bad.
No, it's not. It's not when they get out of their own way.
Like Rogue One was great. Solo was great.
The hit and miss ratio is okay. It's not bad, but it could be better. It could be a lot better.
Which one?
The hit and miss of Star Wars.
Yeah. Their batting average isn't great, but it's not.
But here's the thing, people, and we're hearing it right now. Why is there so much lull? We're not getting any more Star Wars until let them cook. Let them basically sit back. Let them go back to the drawing board. I'd rather you not shit. If you ain't got to give me shit for the next 2-3 years, as long as you couldn't give me something later, and that you have a plan. That's what they need. They have a plan. They spent so many years, the first couple of years, first 10 years, trying to make that fucking money back. that they spent on Lucasfilm. That's what it's all about. Put
Yeah.
this shit out there. We got to do merchandising. We got to make this fucking money back.
We got to get that $4 billion back.
Yeah, we got to get that $4.5 billion back. They spent so much time doing that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That again, now that you're making money. I'm pretty sure you've made that plus more.
I'm
Get
sure.
the fuck out of here. If you tell
Between
me
that and the licensing and
hell yeah. They've made that plus more. Now we deserve quality.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? We deserve fucking quality. And I think that they can actually give it to us. I'm just hoping with these next two films and some of these, and even what we're getting with Maul, you know, that the Maul story.
Shadow Lord.
Forgot about that.
Shadow Lords. I can't wait for that.
Yeah.
That looks promising. So again, give us some of the shit that we know is coming that you promised us. Don't keep filling us a pipe dream on the shit that you say is coming out that will never hit.
They brought Bob Iger back, so maybe he'll get this shit in somebody, you know, get
this is his last year though.
Yeah.
Yeah, it might be his last year.
Yeah, that's true.
When they brought him back, he was in retirement. They brought him back, so who knows
maybe
what's
they'll
going to happen.
Take their cues from like what's going on with Alien and what's going on with Predator right now, where they're like, oh, okay, so this is what works, and also what's going on with Andor season 2, where they realize, hey, people like Andor season 2. Wow, what do you mean? They say it's really good.
Yeah,
like people have really good things to say about Andor season 2. Wow.
I would love it if they would find a couple of auteur filmmakers who they just have a vision and let them do it.
That's what I mean by would never happen. They would never
you're probably
say,
right.
Go ahead, handle it. All the Predator shit is one dude just letting them go.
Let him go.
What's his name? What's the dude just did the Predator?
Hawley or what is it? Something.
No, you're thinking of Alien.
You're talking about was it Trachtenberg?
Killers.
Is it Trachtenberg?
Is it Trachtenberg?
Yeah. He did Prey. He did Killer of Killers. He did doing Hunters, and they're just hands off.
Killing it.
Letting
He's
him go.
killing it. They're letting him go.
Yeah,
and he do his thing.
I can imagine the suits at Disney just saying, "Do your thing."
Yeah,
we got you.
And the same thing with Alien. Like they've got now. Granted, they had Fede Alvarez did the Romulus, but then they had Noah Hawley's doing Alien Earth, which is amazing.
Yeah, he's killing that.
I love that show.
He's killing that right now. Like, and that's just 2 episodes. You still didn't watch it yet, Vinny?
I just seen the first one. I gotta see.
Oh, watch episode 2.
Episode 2 is dope. Like,
still that question.
Yeah.
I need some explaining done to me.
We'll do that. We'll do that next week. We'll definitely. We'll talk about that next week. I still want to give people time to see the second one. We'll definitely do that, man. But he said poor cat. Yeah. Anyway, we'll get there, bro. We'll get there.
Your nightmare fuel is what that was. Good.
Yeah. Anyway, man, listen. 2 hours and 7 minutes in. Let me check the before we end this. Let me check the poll. Poll, it's okay. So it says it's 46% says yes, 54% say hell no. So
we have done our job. We have done our job.
We've convinced you all that
pretty positive. I thought it'd be way more disparity.
Yeah. It's it is what it is, man. But I guess there was just too many fucking plot holes in this for us to fix the way we could have. The way I thought we could have.
Not many in Rise.
Yeah, I don't even think.
Listen, you would have to destroy 3/4 of this film to make this work.
It's true.
I'm serious. 3/4 of this film has to go in the editing room on the floor, and we have to reshoot all this stuff. Yeah. Benny's got the #1 director sheet. He's doing the fight scenes. We're gonna have Press X do the other unit stuff. Then we'll have Chewie write some rewrites. I'll just sit back and watch. and then we'll have Lil do all the sound mixing and hook it up. I already got it planned out. We already got
to put this through like Chat GPT and go, all right, fix Last Jedi, and I'm just curious to see what it's going to spit out. It's like, hey, guess what?
I
We
feel
do
like
Last
ChatGPT
Jedi.
would have done a better job.
Chat GPT would at least been more entertaining.
It's fucked up.
Now I'm curious to see. All right, I'm going to have to play with that later on. All right, Chat GPT. How would you have done this?
I'll do the advertising.
There you go.
Yeah.
You got there. So now we've all got a job to do.
Merchandising. Yeah, I'll do the merchandising.
Let me go and take this shit down.
Yeah, R2D2 humidifier sold at CVS.
Right next to the Black Santa Claus. Love it.
Exactly. Right next to
Yeah.
Anyway, man.
We brought it all back. It's all back.
Don't forget.
We brought it all around. Came back around. Yep. The circle.
Don't forget the apparel with the red shirt. With the red
circle
on.
is now complete.
Yeah. No, we're gonna all that stuff. We're gonna have it all, Vinny. Don't worry.
There you go.
Bet.
When I left you, I was but a learner. Now I have the Black Santa Claus. Rocking around.
Every December 25th, somehow Santa returned.
Hey, listen.
Every year.
You know what? Fuck it. At least during Christmas time, I can actually get all the Star Wars ornaments that's going to be dropping.
Hey, did y'all see that one I posted with Han going down into the?
I have it.
You got that one?
Yeah,
Man,
I get all the Hallmark Star Wars shit.
Yeah.
Hallmark,
That's
killing it,
not a
man.
Then has that Death Star tree
Yo,
topper
I got
one.
the ships that talk to each other, like they all hook up and
Yeah.
the whole
cool.
trench run.
No,
Yeah, the trench run was
I
dope.
haven't seen those. I haven't seen those.
I haven't seen that.
Yeah, but I saw. I think they're releasing the. They're releasing. I think what's on the docket this year is the throne room. It's the Emperor Palpatine, Luke and Vader throne room scene that's actually dropping.
Damn.
Then it's the they're dropping the Return of the Jedi indoor speeder chase.
Oh, cool.
They're going to do that as well. So they're doing that. And what is the other one that I saw? There's a few of them they're going to be dropping, so it's going to be interesting to see how they do it. But yeah, can't wait, man.
That what's the name, man?
You got to drop more Ewoks for the tree.
There you go.
Yeah.
Tree Ewoks and Gorax. We need a Gorax figure too.
I might just have to make my own.
Hey, Charlie, man, they're not at the malls, bro. Like they now have
to order them
stores, or you got to order that shit.
Yeah.
We're fortunate enough to have one right around the corner.
Yeah, now
What's
they
a
got
mall?
like singular stores or like
Yeah.
strip malls and stuff.
We used to have one at the main mall in Toronto too, and it's gone.
Yeah,
Is it
They
now a
got
Spirit
one.
Halloween?
Yeah. We got
Oh,
one
no.
right up the street here in this little plaza, like right around the corner, like it's a Starbucks. It's like only like 5 minutes away, like right around the corner.
It's a Hickory Farm store now.
Yo. I mean, they changed these motherfuckers, man. There used to be one out 22 right next door to Hobby Lobby. They shut that one down.
Yeah, we had a nice one here, man. That thing was really nice, man.
Yeah, like there's everything's with Hallmark is online right now.
Online
man.
now.
Yeah.
Online, order that shit, or sometimes around the corner they get gyms though, Vinny. They'll get gyms up there and just have them there. You just got to get there because people don't go. You know what I mean?
I'll be there all the time. I'll be.
Vinny Walker be like, "Y'all gonna get some ice cream? Shop's right there. Just gonna get some ice cream."
I'll be back.
Yeah, like I'm running out of tree.
Yeah,
I'm recycling out old
Old
decorations
shit.
all the time. It's almost all geek shit. Hallmark geek
Yeah.
shit. Almost the whole tree.
Time to cut a hole through the roof and get a
Hey,
big.
hey.
Come on, man.
Hey, Chewy, you go to Vinny's crib. Be like, "Yo, where Vinny at?" Be like, "I'm inside the tree, man. I'm in the tree. Yeah, Merry Christmas, motherfucker. I'm in the tree, man. You see that?" My hand just reach out, be like, "Yo, come on,
Hey, how you doing?
He's more tree than man
Hand me one of
now.
them. Hand me one of those cookies.
get one of them hooks, man. Just give me grab one of them motherfuckers right there, brother. Can I get that hook? No, it's right there, man. Just grab it.
Right, half lampoons. Big tree. Lots of
Yeah.
The
He's
squirrel
more
will
tree
attack
than
you.
man, twisted
Bro.
and evil.
Bro, straight
Nothing like
up.
a live tree, man. Nothing like
Always something true. It's always something new, man. Look, fuck that. We went out. Shit. We got a black tree. We spent $400 on. We using that shit every year, bro.
Yeah.
I have a black tree
Every
too.
day.
I said
my Nightmare
nothing
Before
like a
Christmas
live
tree.
tree. I don't have one, but
Bro,
it's
we
nothing
did that. That's what we did. We did, bro. It was 2 years ago. We did Nightmare Before Christmas. That was our theme.
Cool. Oh,
That
that's
was our
neat.
whole theme.
Mhm.
Everything. It was incredible, bro.
Nightmare Before Christmas is Christmas time. So
This
yeah.
past year we did. Well, she had a pink theme. She wanted to do like a whole pink, whatever. But it was dope.
Barbenheimer?
Maybe.
I don't
Barbenheimer.
know.
Maybe it was a
You see
Barbenheimer.
this
thing.
pink thing. The year before that we did Star Wars, and I think this year we're going to do like Harry Potter or something like that. I'm not really sure.
Oh, okay.
Well,
Yeah,
Christmas is
we're
only
fine.
what, three
We're
and a
trying to
half months
theme it.
away.
Yeah, you already
90,
know, bro.
90 days away.
You already know I'm
Yeah.
counting down,
Oh my
bro.
god.
You already
Yeah,
know.
before that, Halloween. Do not
Mm.
encroach on my Halloween. You leave my spooky season and my
Listen,
spooky
yeah.
shit alone.
Yep.
My granddaughter was born on
Yeah,
Halloween.
it's crazy,
So
bro.
I know the
I
significant.
got married on Halloween, so there you go.
There you
I was
go.
gonna say, everybody get out to
Oh,
your Spirit
damn.
Halloween before you get your Black Santa Claus. Go to Spirit Halloween.
We got married on October 31st, 1998, because it happened that year it was a Saturday.
Oh, word.
Wow. Okay.
So yeah, we went to the church and he was like, okay, so oh well, that's 31st. We were like,
What?
really?
It is.
I was excited. I was like, oh, it's awesome.
right.
Yo.
Yeah, cool.
Instead of throwing rice, they were throwing Halloween candy.
our
Hey, Chewy.
Throwing candy corn, bro.
our things that we handed, what do you call them? Bonbonnieres that we gave to everybody.
Uh-huh.
They were loot bags.
Oh wow.
Hey, yo, hold up, though. I hope.
Make sure you never forget your anniversary.
Exactly. That's what I was about to say. That's
Right there, bro. Boom.
I
Right
remember everything.
there. Shit, I can't forget our anniversary because my birthday is our anniversary. You know what I mean?
There you go.
Yeah, my birthday is
28th of
definitely
October.
25th.
How convenient.
Nailed it.
How convenient.
Yeah, yeah. How convenient, right? So we got
By
my
that
birthday.
I know. I was so damn close.
Yep.
I don't remember any of my family's birthdays, and so Lael, you're welcome.
Yeah, man.
Ooh, man.
Yeah, October 31st would have been perfect to get married in
Oh,
Vegas.
I know,
by
right?
Fat Elvis.
That would have
Wow.
been great. That would have been great.
Wow.
Shit, I could tell in Boston it's gonna be morbid as shit with fucking Press X's ass, bro. For Halloween and shit, all black, everything.
We do spooky right.
Oh,
Get my pumpkin
man.
spice and tear this shit up. It's gonna be great.
Wow, damn, pumpkin spice, bro. That's gonna
Oh yeah,
shit. That's gonna be
lay it on me.
It gives me the willy.
What, pumpkin spice?
Yeah, man. I don't like no pumpkin, nothing.
Word.
No, I don't
Bro,
like
you say give me the willies, bro.
I'm thinking I've got the chills and stuff thinking about some pumpkins.
You like pumpkin,
Exactly. Me
Oh,
too.
man, I hate pumpkin.
Don't worry,
man.
I feel it too. Yes.
I don't like it, dude.
Really?
I don't like the way it tastes. I
Really,
don't like
man?
it. No,
You
I'm
like
not kidding. I don't.
You like
No,
pumpkin
man.
pie, bro?
I was gonna say you like
Nope.
pumpkin pie.
Nope.
What?
You haven't lived until you've had like.
So
pumpkin
there's
pie
only
ice
two
cream?
pies in existence
Oh,
that are my favorite. One of them is apple, and one is pecan. That's it.
You don't like
I
sweet
don't-
potato?
Hell
Pecan
no.
pie is
It's
pretty
just-
great, actually.
No,
Or
wait a
sweet
minute. You don't like
potatoes.
sweet potato pie, bro?
No.
Sweet potato is like a poor man's pumpkin.
Give it
pie.
to me,
Yeah.
bro.
Sweet
I
potato
don't
pie and
Give it
pumpkin
to
pie
me,
are
bro.
basically the same thing.
Keith, give it to me, bro.
Listen,
Give it here.
What?
I'm not. No, my card is.
I don't know.
My card has
hand over those wicker fans. You got to
my
hand over
card
those wicker
has
fans. guy. You
indefinite
can't have
on it.
those
It has
anymore.
indefinite on it.
No, take those wicker fans off the wall. You haven't earned those.
Indefinite. No man, I don't eat no pumpkin.
That fork
pie.
and spoon need to come off the wall.
You say you like pecan pie, bro?
Yeah, no,
The
pecan
shield with
pie
the
and
spears
apple,
is gone now. Too
apple
bad.
pie, regular apple pie with a crust on it. I
You don't like peach
that.
cobbler, bro?
Nope,
All right, come on, give me, bro.
I don't like peach
Give me-
cobbler. either.
give me-
Even with like
Come on,
some
bro.
vanilla
Come
bean
on,
ice
give me here,
cream,
bro.
you know.
And my mother-in-law, she's gone now. She passed away, but our family, her family, my wife's family, they used to fight over her peach cobbler. It was some serious going on over her peach cobbler because that's how good everybody said it was.
Wow.
I never tried it.
You're like, I don't touch the stuff.
It just didn't interest me. I don't like it, man. I look at it, I'm going like, that don't look right. I don't like it. So
Damn,
no, man. I'm
you like
sorry,
banana,
man.
you like banana pudding?
Maybe if I'm in the mood for it.
Damn, bro.
Coconut cake, yes.
You
Coconut cake.
You like chocolate chip cookies?
Yes, of course.
Okay, I was about to say.
Of course.
Keep throwing things out. What about this? What about this?
Chocolate cake with nuts in them? Yeah.
You like cornbread, bro?
Yeah, oh yeah. No, I like me some cornbread. Hot water cornbread. Hot water cornbread. Yes, I eat some cornbread. You ain't gonna try to take my card, man.
Hold up.
Vinny. Oh man, I love me some cornbread.
Hold up, come to think of it, Vinny. I ain't seen no cornbread at your house ever.
Uh-oh.
Something.
Now we on Uncle Keith. Leave me
Yeah.
alone.
Oh, it's on me now. Vinny don't want no
No cornbread, no greens, no. What the hell?
Bro, he said, ask him about the barbecue beans, though.
Oh, okay,
Oh,
well,
there he
there, that's another story. I'll tear me some barbecue beans up and Calvin's beans. I listen. I listen. I don't know what Calvin's had going on, man. But those beans, man, I have never in my life, and I know some great cooks, and I've never tasted no beans like that. I don't know what Calvin was doing. I was watching him when he was doing it, but I don't know what he was putting in there because I was looking at. He's pouring this, pouring that, doing this, and he says Bloomer Keith. He gave us a cup full and he said, check those out. I said, man, Calvin. I said, man, what the hell is going on here, man?
Bro, but what did you expect?
Bloomer done passed out, and you got the beans, they dripping out in mud. He laying there like this. He shaking and stuff. Man, what's going on? Man.
Bro, what you expect? Low key and
picture
Second
that,
Brother
too. Really
walking, talking black exploitation films, bro. They know everything you need to know about that shit, bro. Straight up.
It's one thing that I never will say about Calvin makes some badass beans, man.
I gotta taste these fucking beans.
Yeah,
bro.
me too.
And you do. Yes,
Everybody's got to try his
Talk
beans
about
now.
these damn beans,
All
bro.
right, 2027, we are doing Star Wars Celebration and beans.
Yeah.
2020. Hey, yo, Cal.
Yeah.
That's right. We will be in Anaheim in 2027. I want them damn beans,
Okay.
bro.
Calvin got it. What maybe I tell you what,
I need them beans, bro.
If Calvin want to do it, we'll just roll up. We'll throw y'all in the ride and we'll roll up to Calvin's house.
Everybody. It's gonna be like house party and shit. Everybody showing up to Calvin's crib. Yo, give me them beans, bro.
Man.
I hope you got a couple of barrels.
We'll all go in the same car. It'll be like a clown car. It's like, how many people do you have in there?
Oh, of course.
Oh,
Lila, now pork.
Hold up, bro. You can give me some without pork. Come on, bro. Don't do that, man. Come on, you can put some turkey meat or something.
Calvin said that's the secret ingredient.
Beans, bro. Come on, man. Put some tofu in that shit. The fuck you going? What you mean, bro?
Calvin.
What you got pork in them bitches, bro?
Yeah, put pork in them.
I don't know what he got. I don't know what he was putting in there.
Add pork instead.
I was looking. I don't know.
Pork is pretty great
That's some bullshit, bro.
in beans.
Yeah.
I mean, it adds a certain, je ne sais quoi.
Yeah.
Actually, it adds like a smoky, salty, savory flavor.
Yeah.
It does some good things.
Yeah, man.
But
said
maybe you could do it.
Yeah, maybe you heard that. There you
He's
go.
gonna take some like tofu and drop it, and then just like pour beans over it and go, huh?
Man. Just give me some beans, bro. You can make it, bro. And you can't do a pot without no meat, bro. I can just have some regular beans with some peppers and shit. You ain't got to put no.
Oh, see, now you're changing the recipe.
Pause, man. Pause, whiz, bro. Damn.
I mean, you were
man.
asking for no meat, so you safe. Actually,
I said no meat. Yeah,
that's what I'm saying. You safe.
Yeah, I'm safe. I did say no meat, bro. Damn meat, man. I'm straight.
Good.
I mean, so anyway, thank y'all for being here. He said,
Ended up with pork and beans.
fucking up the recipe, bro.
He said it's the sacred text.
Trying to mess up the balance of the flavors. Chef Calvin.
And you can hear Calvin saying this shit right now.
Yeah.
I can just sit. I'm reading the words and I can hear the motherfucker saying it.
Yeah, there you go.
He said, I'm making some
cornbread.
cornbread. That's right, because he put cheese in that shit, bro.
Nothing wrong with
I
that.
think he said he put some cheese in his cornbread. All right. All right.
If you try to put like tofu in his beans, he's gonna be like, "I sense something, a presence of not
Not supposed to be there.
Come on, man. Anyway, thank you guys for being here. Another incredible episode, man. Another one in the books. We didn't really accomplish shit, but it was an attempt. We accomplished more reviewing fucking Caravan of Courage and Fight for End.
I think that says a lot about Caravan of Courage and Battle for
It
Endor.
does.
That those are
Battle for
Stone
Endor.
Cold classics, and
That's what I was saying.
Wilford Brimley.
Yeah, I know, right? Those Quaker Oats.
That's right.
Yeah.
And the diabetes.
All he wanted to do was go back inside. He feels fine.
Yeah.
Anyway, man. Uncle Keith, what you got going down, bro?
Nothing much, man. Just waiting for stuff to come. That's all. I'm a sideshow, I'm a sideshow person. So until they get it, I'm not getting it. So that's what I'm waiting on.
I ain't trying to wait for shit, bro. Like I'm not until next week. I'm clear this week, so I'm good.
Yeah, well, hopefully that Iron Man come out next week. They keep pushing it. So hopefully it'll come out next week. Yeah. Hopefully.
We'll see how that go. We'll definitely
Yep.
see it.
Yeah. Other than that, man, I love being here. Thank you for having me here. You know I love it. We always have a great time. Man, look at feet meat, man. The thing is crazy, man. But like I said, until the next show, I don't know. Are we having the next show? Are we doing Rise of Skywalker or not?
You ever read that scary story, The Big Toe? You ever read that?
Hell no.
The Big Toe. I'll send it to y'all. It's
I'm
scary
good.
stories to tell in the dark.
Straight.
Nah,
Nope.
I don't want to see
Oh no, it's spooky season, baby. Let's do this.
Nah.
I don't need to see nothing about any toes.
Come on.
Anyway, man, thank you guys for being here as always. Chewy, what's going on with you, man? What you got going down, bro?
I am finishing up that piece I'm doing for the show next weekend. That one, I'm making it into a wanted poster. So that's kind of what I'm doing with it. But yeah, it's that one's going to require some more work. The drawing is more or less done, but now I got to do like lettering on it and stuff. So other than that, yeah, that's going to pretty much be the brunt of the next few days, because I got to get that done. I have to get prints made, got to pick everything up, and then set up on Wednesday, and then the show starts on Thursday, goes till Sunday. So it's pretty much my whole week next week.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, other than that, that's kind of it for me. So I mean, like if you guys do a show next Thursday, I won't be I will be burned out.
So you mean to say that we have to push Rise of Skywalker to the following Thursday?
You can if you want. I mean,
so 2 Thursdays from now, we'll be doing Rise of Skywalker.
Hold the fuck up. Y'all see how y'all was so eager to do Caravan of Courage and now y'all want to push that shit for 2 weeks and shit?
We won't chew a year.
Yeah, Chew's got to be here for
That's
it.
a fucking excuse, and y'all know that, bro. Y'all weren't worried about Chewie doing Caravan of Courage in the Battle for Endor.
We got it.
You guys know how to make a gal feel wanted.
You're talking about 2 classics against one that never should have been made. That's what we're talking about.
We're gonna need all the
something that never should have been made.
Yeah,
all the people we can get for
I
Rise of Skywalker.
The making of that movie. Have to
strength in numbers.
Wait till we
numbers.
cover the holiday special, bro. I can't.
That's another one that I wouldn't mind being involved with. That's a good one.
I cannot wait.
That's still a ways off. We can do that closer to Christmas, though, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll have my black Santa Claus in the back.
Yeah,
Oh, you
rocking around.
no motherfuckers, man. Anyway,
By then, I'll have my wicker fans everywhere.
Thank you for having me on. This is fun. I always enjoy this. And yes, the Last Jedi was trash, and it cannot be salvaged.
No,
It's garbage, trash.
X-Man, what's going on with you, bro?
What is going on with me? I believe that my Kit Fisto should be arriving this week at my comic shop, hopefully. And I believe the week after that is my Greedo, so it's not easy being green. But I'm looking forward to getting both of those in the collection. And aside from that, I'm kit bashing a Han Solo right now from A New Hope. Just messing around. I know I may turn him into a Dash Rendar. We'll see. And yeah, other than that, I'm just gonna eat my Wheaties and prepare for Rise of Skywalker, and look forward to eagerly anticipate the next 2 episodes of Alien Earth.
Yeah,
because that show is phenomenal. They are.
I have questions.
And you still have questions, but yeah, there are 2 episodes every week.
Okay.
Oh, I didn't know that. I thought it was just the beginning. They were doing 2, and then it'd be 1 each time.
I'm glad they're doing 2 every week.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Oh, excellent.
Yeah,
Oh,
I can't
okay.
wait. I can't wait.
All right.
But yeah,
I'm digging the premise, but I still have questions.
Well, we have answers.
Okay, we're gonna see if you got answers. Hey,
I've got answers.
you got answers. I'm gonna see if you got answers.
I know my alien lore. I've got answers.
Okay.
Vinny, what's going on with you, bro?
I am gearing up for local con got going on here in Harrisburg. After this weekend of 23rd and 24th. So I'm working on a bunch of new stuff for that. Trying to get these this Fantastic Four series done by then. So been dropping those and looking forward to that con. Got some pre-orders coming in for that. And then we'll be back on Comic Book with Friends on Monday to talk more comic books and comic releases. And there's a shit ton of movie news and stuff to go over and recap and rehash. And then, just looking forward to catching up on the other episode of Alien Earth and then the new drops, of course, and catching up on reading a bunch of stuff, organizing. So busy, taking advantage of, we're catching up with the heat wave and the drought. So I'm trying to get a bunch of stuff knocked out, taken care of, caught up, and definitely looking forward to being far more successful with rewriting Rise of Skywalker. And if not, I think we just abandon the episode and just re-review Caravan of Courage.
Come at a different angle and a different point of view. I agree with
I create the show. Y'all can do that shit by yourselves, bro. I am never doing that shit again, bro. I am never doing it again, bro. Hell no. I'm straight. I am never doing it
How far is Harrisburg from Mechanicsburg?
It's like
15 minutes, 10 minutes.
Okay.
Yeah, 10, 15. 10, 15.
I've been to Mechanicsburg. I told you the story about it when our plane hit some high power lines when I was in the Navy. And they had to land in Mechanicsburg, and we had to go take everything out of it. They took the wings off of it, put it on a flatbed, and drove it back here to San Diego. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, he cut the vertical stabs off. One of the power lines went down and went into the engine, cut the intake, cut that in half, wrapped around the tail, and somehow he landed the plane there in Mechanicsburg, and that's where we were at.
Who was flying, Denzel?
No, you know what this dude was doing? See, I don't know if they do it now. They used to call them training flights, but they actually going home for the weekend, vacation, stuff like that. That's what they were doing back in those days. I don't know if they do it anymore, but yeah, he tore that plane up though. But it was cool. Mechanicsburg was cool. We jumped in the van and went to Philadelphia and went to Independence Hall and saw the Rocky Stairs, and we went and saw the Liberty Bell and all that stuff, man. We did all the touristy stuff.
Yeah.
Y'all left Harrisburg and went to Philly from Mechanicsburg. Y'all said fuck Harrisburg, bro.
Driving, man.
I don't blame him.
I was driving. I was the one driving. It didn't bother me at all.
So yeah,
We
no
went
2
to a
episodes
mall
a week.
too. I can't remember what that mall is around there. Was it
One
One
episode
Gallery?
a week.
It'd have probably been it would have probably been Park City. I mean, Capital City, which is one right over there.
Oh,
it's-
in Mechanicsburg. Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
Captured it.
It
Probably
was,
got-
yeah, it was in Mechanicsburg. Yeah.
yeah, you probably
We had a
went
good
past.
time. We had a good time.
Yeah.
Yeah, Chewy, it's 1 episode a week for Alien Earth going forward. So you're right.
Oh,
I don't know
really?
why. I had heard it was going to be
Wow.
2 episodes a week, but then
Oh.
no, for the 19th it's just 1
Yeah.
episode, and then episode 4 is the
Alright.
26th, and so
Oh yeah.
boo hiss, but still,
Oh,
Ah,
okay.
that's fine. Well, we'll watch that one then. Keep
Yeah.
going.
It's still good.
and then you can watch it again. And it'll feel like 2
I
Oh
know.
yeah.
because
That's
Matt.
Anyway, man. Other than that, man, thank you guys for being here. Everybody out in the chat, thank you for being here too. Great episode. We'll be back here in 2 weeks now. Let's just say it. We'll be back in 2 weeks to review. I'll just call it a review, a re-review. I don't know how we ain't gonna fix the shit, but we gonna talk about it. So we'll be back here then, same time again. Everybody have a great day. Tomorrow we got Figure Flex Friday, so definitely tune in for that tomorrow evening. Or I'm sorry, collectors. Well, I don't know what the fuck we're gonna talk
Sunday.
about. Sunday. We're gonna probably end
We
up
talk about
talking-
Nightwing.
We're gonna talk about Nightwing, so we'll definitely, and whatever they drop, they might drop something tonight or
Night,
whatever.
yeah, maybe.
We'll see. We'll talk about that too. So just stay tuned for Collectors Lounge, Comic Book Talk with Friends on Monday. Say what Wednesday, and then Figure Flex again. So and anything that basically drops, during the time of we might do an episode of the corner, so we'll know about that pretty soon. Also, don't forget next month is the 1/6 celebration 2025. That's going to be happening. It's running from the 5th to the 6th. So I'm already putting everything together for that. There will be some giveaways done that day. We'll have Yost on the show as well. So that's going to be a great show. So he's going to be pulling double duty because he's going to actually be on my show. He's going to also be on Shane's show. But our show is going to be more so a Q&A. So people are going to ask questions. We'll probably get some answers on certain things. Kind of touch bases, have some fun. I'll still try to see if we can create my mom's car. So we'll actually see if we can pull that off. Find out about Wonder Woman is exactly as well. And yeah, we got some giveaways that's going to be going on. I think it's going to be 6 giveaways. They're going to happen on one show. So we'll see that. So again, tune in for that. But other than that, man, peace, love, and all that good stuff. We got my man Best. What did he say?
I know, right?
Yo, I can't help but think this is. I can't help but think this is Jacob. I can't help it, bro. It's Jake. It has to be Jake. It gotta be.
Nightwing is known for
Yeah, that gotta be. Anyway, thank you guys for being another great show. We'll talk to y'all later. Peace out, all that good stuff.
Good
We out.
night.
So uncivilized.